Room. Shoes on fire, but the facts go boom. Talks over everyone like that makes her right. Spins a new story every single night. If you disagree, she gives you that look, then rewrites the scene like a cheap little book. Face full of layers, masking what is there. Talk so high and mighty like she lives in there. Oh, here we go. Another tale, another pose. Head so far up top, she never sees her toes. You don't run this town, you just run your mouth. Vivian, calm down. Calm down. Vivian, sit down. All that talk comes out, but it don't hold up. She takes up the cracks, then calls it a crown. Paints on confidence till it drips right down. Eyes going sideways till she stares you down. Judging everybody like she owns the sound. Says she's heaven sent, says the worship been. But the second she's wrong, she can't even pretend. You make one small point, she flips to attack. Builds a whole parade out of thin air and crack. Oh, here we go. Another tale, another pose. Head so far up top, she never sees her toes. Hey! Vivian, calm down. Calm down. Vivian, sit down. You don't run this town, you just run your mouth. Vivian, calm down. Calm down. Vivian, sit down. All that talk comes out, but it don't hold up. Maybe one day you might hear the room. Maybe one day who want the perfume. Maybe one day you might hear the room. Maybe one day truth cuts through the perfume. Less pose, more proof. Less crown, more heart. You keep selling smoke till it falls apart. Vivian, calm down. Calm down. Vivian, sit down. You don't run this town, you just run your mouth. Vivian, calm down. Calm down. Vivian, sit down. All that talk comes out, but it don't hold up. Truth comes out. After dark, we trace the line, street by street and crime by crime. Every clue in broken light, every lie we drag to sight. You hide the truth, we hold the frame, turn each shadow into a name. We look left, we look right, take another pass tonight. One more angle, one more road, till the sealed up answers show. Pull the thread, pull the thread. Truth comes up from the dead. Pull the thread, pull the thread. We won't let the case go red. True crime warriors stand and see all the angles, all the leads. Pull the thread, pull the thread. Truth comes out. Truth comes out. Paper trails and witness gaps, timestamp, stamp signs and faded maps. We work together side by side, no ego, just the need to find what was hidden, what went wrong, who stayed silent, who played along. past tonight. One more angle, one more road, till the sealed up answers show. Pull the thread, pull the thread. Truth comes up from the dead. Pull the thread, pull the thread. We won't let the case go red. True crime warriors stand and see. All the angles, all the leads. Pull the thread, pull the thread. Truth comes out. Truth comes out. If the door stays shut, we kick it open. If the story bends, we break the spoken. Every bruise, every mark, every name left in the dark. No more smoke, no more shame. We keep digging through the flame. Pull the thread, pull the thread. Truth comes up from the dead. Pull the thread, pull the thread. We won't let the case go red. True crime warriors stand and see. All the angles, all the leads. Pull the thread, pull the thread. Truth comes out. Truth comes out. Front desk open midnight shift. Mariah walks in with another tall tale twist. Mariah at the hotel, badge clipped sideways, selling wild stories through the slow weekdays. Says a purple sheet got imported by your king, then changes the details with every bell ring. Housekeeping heard it, concierge knew. She came to mini bar, was painted royal blue. A suitcase full of rumors, a smile too wide. Every hallway turn got a brand new side. She says, believe me, I saw it myself. While the truth gets checked on the lost and found shelf. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Mariah's got the story that she swears is enough. Purple sheet, tall tales, hotel room thugs. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Everybody knows when the legend gets spun. She adds 3 more chapters before she is done. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Mariah talks big, but the facts don't show up. She told room 12 that the moon paid rent. Said the night clerk vanished through a peppermint vent. Claimed the purple sheet could predict checkout, then blamed the elevator when the math came out. Manager says, Mariah, please keep it straight. She says, I'm just protecting the hotel's great name. But the lobby went quiet when she raised that flag with a velvet purple sheet in a laundry bag. She says, believe me, I saw it myself. While the truth gets checked on the lost and found shelf. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Mariah's got the story that she swears is enough. Purple sheet, tall tales, hotel room thugs. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Everybody knows when the legend gets spun. She adds 3 more chapters before she is done. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Mariah talks big, but the facts don't show up. No names on the book and no proof in the file. Just a purple sheet and a practice smile. She could turn one rumor into 24. By the time she hits the lobby, there are 20 more. Double kick thunder when she storms through the hall. Heavy bass shaking every framed hotel wall. She says the sheets came from a secret parade, but the laundry tag says Tuesday, grade A. Mariah slowed down, let the truth check in. Stories need a key before they can begin. Still she winks at the bellman, grabs a cup and spins one final tale. The whole town's in on it. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Mariah's got a story that she swears is enough. Purple sheet, tall tales, hotel room thugs. Snaps, straps, and butt plugs. Everybody knows when the legend gets spun. She has 3 more chapters before she is done. Snaps, straps, Mariah talks big, but the facts don't show up. Front desk closed, last from my back. Purple sheet folded, truth check back. Mariah waves as the night shift shrugs. Snap, straps, and butt plugs. Friends, smile for the camera, then it all bends. You know as well as I do, your time's coming down. Every fake little crown hit the floor now. Please go home, find a hobby, play your guitar, that might be your glory. You can't talk trash and call it tough when nobody's hearing you've had enough. Time to go home, have a nice day. Get out the way. Stop talking trash, nobody's listening. That same old act got no difference in it. Your time is up. Enough's enough. Go on, go home. You know the tone.
All right, all you beautiful people, come on in and find yourselves a seat. Get off them tired feet. It is Friday. Welcome back to the cafe, guys. We are open for business. Grab your cup, fill it up. Good morning to you all. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. I hope it is good because it's great to be back with you all in the house here at the cafe. Thank you all so much for joining us. You guys are amazing and beautiful, of course. We all know. And I hope you're all having that type of day because you all deserve that so very much. Thank you for taking time out of your amazing and crazy lives to join us in here at the cafe as we go over some of this stuff in the crazy Ho case, as I call it. Crazy Idaho. Put it together. Crazy Ho. There you go. I just made that up, guys. How much of a dork am I? Hey. Welcome back, guys. Again, thank you so much. Make sure to hit that like button as you go through that door. I don't care if you hit it with your knee, your foot, your toe, your finger, elbow. Spit on it. I don't care. Make sure you hit it somehow or another. And share this out and let everybody know what we're doing in here, guys. We got an open discussion going on in here again after the things we found out yesterday. Plenty to talk about. As of course, so much insanity going on. We will be reviewing a video as well. And most likely, though, the discussion on what we found out last night is going to be pretty much what we're doing. So come on in, grab a seat, get off your feet. Like I said, grab your cup, fill it up, and let's do this thing. Here we go. Well, you know.
flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with a restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the silence, bitter taste, waiting for the ghosts to show their face. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. Mirrors cracked, reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir. Echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hunt the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. This is not a sermon, it's a battlefield hymn, a requiem dripping from the bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the brave. At the TruCrime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet. Every shadow will pay. In the TruCrime Cafe.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We are back together again, and it is Friday. I hope you're all having a great Friday. Leading into this, what I hope to be an amazing weekend for all you beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining us. All you amazing and beautiful people in the house today, guys. The cafe is open. The doors are wide open, letting that fresh air in. The counter is up and ready to go. Go grab your cup, fill it up, grab a seat, get off them feet. It's Friday. And let's do this thing, guys. We got a video I want to review, but definitely a talk I want to have and a discussion to break down what we learned last night from some amazing people that have done some amazing things for this community, period, point blank.
My name is Jeff.
No, that ain't one of them, but you know, um, there you go. You know who you are. I do it just for you, and not only for you, but just for you, for sure, for sure. So come on in, guys, and get comfortable. We found some information out last night that makes some things make sense, but damn, how much more corrupted can this case get? Honest and truly. honest and truly. And I want to thank Connor. We all know who Connor is. Accomplished Day for doing the amazing things that they do. Okay, we'd have never found out this information if it wasn't for those two. Not to mention Miss Christie and Logan, and I've done a few, but not anything compared to what these people have done. Jules, for bringing these records requests that we have gotten to the table for us. Um, Guys, imagine where we'd be sitting if we didn't have these records requests. If it wasn't for Connor and Accomplished Day and all the people that have done these things, it's just we would have nothing. We have almost nothing still, but we'd have even less of nothing. Okay, so make sure that you guys have subscribed to their channels. Make sure you guys show them the appreciation they deserve. And Accomplished Day really laid it on the table hard last night when she gave us some reality as to why and what is going on in the city of Moscow, Idaho. Damn, is all I can say is damn. It is absolutely insanity. Am I surprised? No. Am I shocked? Yeah, but I'm not surprised. It's crazy. It is crazy that these things are allowed. You guys, I literally sent an email to the Department of Justice about these things. Okay, nobody responded to me. Why are they not seeing this shit for what it is and doing something? This is our country. Okay, we can't allow these things to happen, and they're just overlook it like it was nothing. It's insanity. It is absolute insanity. Something is wrong here for sure. So we're gonna talk about that, review this video, and whatever else we get into. So come on in, guys, and welcome. Hildreth Investigates in the house. The Jeebs is here. Wendy, welcome back. Blue-eyed butterfly fluttering around. Miss Deb Tutro, great to see you. One Maiden Nut, Eddie's in the house. Good to see you, brother. I hope to hear from you today. Miss Becca, great to have you here. V Slims, welcome back, dear. Miss Rowe, great to see ya. Simply Solo Yinzal's in the house. Good to see ya. Mercy Ella, welcome back to you. Mad Dog 5K, great to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Jackster, welcome back. As always, Miss Margaret. KT, welcome back to you. Stephanie G73, welcome and happy Friday. Let me see here. The Mystic Sin, welcome to you. Great to see you today. Miss Sleuty, welcome, dear. Wonderful to see you as always. Superman's grandma flying in here. Thank you for joining us. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Donna 7-9, welcome. UK Claire's in the house. Welcome, dear. Wonderful to have you here. Class and Crime. Miss JC, welcome. Let me see here. Self help this. Welcome back to you. Good to see you today. Hmm. Let me see. The chat just skipped. Sorry, guys. Lexi S20, welcome back, dear. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Rogue Knox, welcome. Miss Julie W8408, welcome to you. Marlena, welcome. Great to see you today. Lisa Winchester, great to have you. Pixie Dust floating around, spreading her dust on everybody. Great to see you. Dusty Marie, welcome. First live in the house. Good to see you. I hope you enjoy yourself and welcome, welcome. Miss Aquamarine, good to see you today. Thank you for joining us so very much. Baby Ames, welcome back. Queens of Jokers, welcome to you. Great to see you today. Also, let's see here. Michelle F., welcome. Good to see you. Sorry, guys. Nurse Lisa, welcome back to you. Miss Lulu, welcome. Good to see you here. Mikey's in the house with the last 24. And don't forget, guys, you want to tune in tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The last 24 will be live again. It is Friday, guys. Always a great show over there. I will be joining him again. It's an honor to be able to do that. I believe it's going to be myself, Miss Logan, Joff from Truth and Neurons will be joining us, and Miss Jules from True Crime Reactions will be there. It should be an amazing conversation. I cannot wait. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the last 24. The link will be in the chat, guys. Make sure you don't miss this one. It's going to be hot and heavy, I promise you. Great conversations to have. Too many great creators in there. You can't go wrong with it. So make sure you guys are there, please. Again, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alligator, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you all for being here again. Please make sure to hit this like button, share this out. Pippa Miscues, welcome. Blue Devil, welcome. Great to see you today. Thank you, Miss Rowe. Please make sure you guys are hitting that like button, sharing it out, hit the notifier that we don't miss anything we do here, and let everybody know what we do in this cafe if you don't mind. Jesse Marie, great to see you. Looks like Jeeves is dancing all over the place in here. Good to see you, Jeeves. Pretty much Finland, welcome back. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Miss Jeeves. I think I got everybody, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 139 of you beautiful and amazing peeps in here. And 63 likes. Let's please, if we can make that match, it would definitely help the algorithm. Please and thank you. True Crime Unleashed, good to see you. There's sweet Melissa. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Sleuthy. Yes, guys, make sure you check out Miss Kim over at Typically Unique as well. You don't want to miss out. Miss Kim's always doing a great show over there. She's the one that had us all on panel last night with her as we found out this crazy information we found out from Accomplished Day and Connor. So please make sure you're subscribed to Typically Uniques, or a better way to put it, yes, typically receipts. Miss Kim comes with receipts every time, and she shows it, guys. She does some amazing stuff over there. So make sure you are subscribed and you don't miss a thing. Need to get her over here to join me. It's been a while since she's joined us over here. Speaking of, there she is. Happy day anniversary, Miss Kim. 15 months. That is amazing. Happy day anniversary. And thank you for being part of our family. We do appreciate you so very much. So very much. Yes. Typically receipts. She shows it, guys. Mimi 422, welcome. Good to see you today. Sylvia Hurley, welcome back to you. Thank you, Miss Sluty, guys. Don't forget about Miss Logan. She'll be joining us tonight at Last 24 with Bronx Tales True Crime. Always putting it down, guys. She does a great job as well. Thank you, Sleuthie, for that one. Again, make sure to subscribe to Logan with Bronx Tales True Crime. And you might catch a glimpse of Bronxy himself peeking out from behind her. Such a good little dude he is. I love that dog. Italians do it better. Welcome back. Good to see you. Eric A, welcome. Sky, welcome back, dear. Good to see you. Happy. Good evening. I see that. That's why I say that to everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, because you never know. We have people from all over the world in here, guys, and it's different times of day all over the place. So, happy day anniversary, Miss Kim. I thought it was longer than 15 months, but hey, that's still awesome. I love it. Thank you very much, Self Help. Moonlight Baby, great to see you. Something that was stated in a interview, Moonlit, and I don't know if it's a sophomore or not, but and of course you cannot forget Miss Jules, True Crime Reaction, guys. Please make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to Jules already, what are you doing with your lives? Come on, guys. We know better than that. We know better than that. Miss Jules is amazing. One of the best creators on this platform without fail. If you have not subscribed to her, come on. Use your head, y'all. Come on now. Thank you, Sleepy. You're doing amazing today. I had on I had my pretty much sweatshirt on yesterday, and it certainly gained a talk. That's awesome. I love that. I'm grateful. We got some new things coming to the shop here pretty soon anyway. The merch shop guys. We got some new sayings and new stuff we're gonna be working on to add to that. Looking forward to that as well. I think I got everybody, guys. If I did miss you, I promise you I didn't mean to. I will catch up with you. All right, guys, let me get this set up and moving. Also, for those of you that don't realize, Miss Kim with Typically Unique has been running the trial over here. For those of you that haven't seen it and you want to watch it, that's the best place to do it. She runs it every day. Um, and that's a crazy thing. I don't cover it in here because I have a little bit of issue because of the children thing, and it bugs me. So you can just go right on next door to Typically Unique and check it out if you want to. I promise you, um, it's a wild one. It surely is a wild one. Hang on here. All right. That is pinned. The link is pinned if anybody should want to join me for this discussion. And then we will get into that video at some point. Plenty to talk about beforehand, though. Terabusha, welcome. Good to see you. Surprise. That didn't take long at all, did it? Oh, gee. I wonder who this is. No, there's a guess right there. Good God. Now we all know who this is. This irritating ass kid again. I'm coming. Coming. Wait a minute. I'm not that young anymore. There. Have some patience, kid. Jesus.
Hey, it is hot out here. I need the AC.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. That's the reason why. Is that what it is? I get it. Welcome, Dylan.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot. I'm sure you heard the news last night about last night.
Yeah, I was actually watching it back this morning.
I mean, you can't be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised at all. I kind of figured they were playing some sort of game like that because, well, if I was a corrupt piece of crap, I would be doing the same thing. Oh, can't find it on this server. Oh, don't know where it's at.
Oh, it doesn't exist. Come to find out, last night, me and Connor had the exact same interview with Steady Buck. They told me that it never existed. Then they told him it was FBI or something like that. And when all reality, it's probably in that Synology drive. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Unbelievable. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, we are going to get into it here in a moment. It's pretty wild info, folks. I'm not surprised. And for all of you out there that like to listen to us and tell us that we're conspiracy theorists, that we're crazy, that we're making things up, that we're doing this, we're doing that, do me a favor. Go sit down and shut up, okay? Because last night's information proved that just about everything we have talked about, more than likely, I'm going to give it a 97.9% chance is real and true. Because now we have come to find out, thanks again to Accomplished Day, Connor as well, that Accomplished Day contacted Amber. We all know who Amber is. She's the document clerk at Moscow PD, and had a conversation and came to find out that there are two different places that they hold and keep their documents. So when we send in for a FOIA request or a request for documents, they go to one place, they look it up, they find it, and then they either send it to you or whatever, extort money from you first, and then send it to you, because that's what it is. They extortion. They shouldn't be doing this at all. Connor proved that last night as well. And I'll explain that in a minute too. And or they'll tell you it doesn't exist, or it's FBI. That's not the truth. Okay, Moonlight Moon Musings, welcome. Come to find out that they have what they call a Synology drive, a complete separate device, separate area, separate place that they're hiding all the rest of this, which is, I'm trying to remember the exact amount, the exact terabyte amount it was, but it's a lot. More than what we've received from them thus far is all hidden in this special drive that only specific people have access to. Why would you do that if you're not hiding anything, everybody? Or yes, we can't find it. That's another one. We can't find it. If you're not hiding anything and this is all on the up and up and this is a good investigation and everybody did this and Brian Koberger did it, blah, blah, blah. Why are we hiding something in a completely different device? 60 terabytes roughly is what it is. It's 58, 60, something like that. That's a whole lot of information.
That is
50.8.
equivalent to 60 PlayStation 5 storages.
There it is. Rogue had
60.
it. Thank you, Rogue. 50.8 terabytes, you guys. Do you have any idea how much, like Dylan just said? That is absolutely fucking insane, you guys. Come on. Zippity Z, good to see you.
The average PlayStation 5 holds 1 terabyte of data.
That's a lot. And like Eddie said, so that they can say, we can't find it and keep a straight face. Good point, Eddie. And brother, you're welcome to join us up here. I'd love to hear from you on this. I'm sure it's no surprise to you as well. Or anything you want to talk about, Eddie, you're welcome to join me up here for it. It's insane. It's absolutely an insane amount of information, you guys. It's probably more than, okay, how much did we hear that Ann Taylor had to go through for Brian's side of things on the defense? 51 terabytes, I think it was.
I think so. Somewhere around there.
That's a lot of info, folks. So most of this information, the important stuff, I'll guarantee you, Dylan, it's the important stuff. Anything of any importance, because if you look at who and what it is, they can't find it. I guarantee you it's in that Synology drive. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I do find it interesting that last night when I think it was either AD or Connor rattling off the names that didn't exist, were all the big names. Sadie Buck to clarify Peter.
Yep.
Baracoa.
Anybody that we want to hear about is missing or federal. And here's the thing. A few of us have reached out to the feds and asked for things. And the feds give back an answer that says, we've turned it all over to Moscow. Same thing ISP says. Well, okay, Moscow, where's it at then? We don't know. Jack Katovich, yes, all of it is in there. You guys are right. Snoopy Red, welcome. Mittens for Kittens, welcome. Jackie across the pond, welcome. Shane X, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Guys, this is the problem. Why are they hiding it? Once again, if everything is on the up and up, why? Because something is wrong. They've done things wrong. Somebody did something wrong. I'm going to keep saying it. Wrong, 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 wrong. Miss Sammy, good to see you. Miss Danny, welcome.
I'll even go a step further than that, Dago, because wrong implicates an accident. Somebody intentionally messed up this case to the point where it is unsavable.
Intentionally. And at this point, Dylan, if I were the judge and I saw all of this and I was handed Brian's PCR, I would probably throw the whole fucking case out. I wouldn't want to deal with it. Look, how do you know what to trust and not what to trust?
Exactly. There is absolutely zero credibility on the side of the prosecutor. I mean, we already knew this going in, so I mean, I can't. But yet the judge Hippler will still sit there, nod his head at all the BS that the prosecution says. But like I said, this time there's even more eyes on this than the first time around, because there are people that have kind of seen us or seen Jules and everybody else that's going through the documents and saying, wait a minute, This doesn't make sense.
At
And
all.
they are going to be watching this case very, very closely.
Right. And speaking of, there's the lady of the hour right there, Miss Accomplished Day. Welcome, dear. Um, Great to have you here. There is a link pinned if you want to join us and discuss this at all. Some people may have missed last night's show. I was just explaining what you told us, the insanity of it all. You're welcome to join us up here to explain it if you feel like it. Of course, you don't have to. It's up to you. But I'm sure they would love to hear it from, your mouth instead of mine. But it's an amazing thing that she found, or what she found, her and Connor both, because it's insanity. Now, another thing that I don't know if you guys heard last night, for those of you that were there, and then those of you that weren't, I have another interesting point that Connor made. Again, these two are amazing. Also, Accomplished did send this information and statements out to Dr. Turby via LinkedIn, I do believe. I saw that posted this morning. Where did she post? Did she just say something?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Said Turvey accepted her message on LinkedIn.
There it is. Good.
So
Great. That is great. This is why I said, guys, it takes a village, and here we are. We have these amazing people, such as Accomplished Day, Connor, Christie's Chaos, Jules, Logan, all these all these other creators that are out here doing what they're doing, Pavarotti, everybody trying to make something happen with this. And if it weren't for people like Accomplished Day and Connor going out and doing these extra little things, they don't do lives like we do. They don't do all this stuff like we do. They're still in the background, like working harder than most of us to get these things and to give us some answers and some truth. Okay. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have this stuff. We wouldn't know these things, you guys. And here's another amazing statement that Connor told us last night. God bless Connor. I truly, he's been really tearing it up, guys. So he spoke to somebody that I think I might just play the clip for you from Kim's last night, because it was like, what? What? That's all I could do. I kept shaking my head. Miss Kawanda, welcome. Good to see Accomplished and Connor and everybody that has done what they've done. All you got to do is say thank you. Give them a little heart, thumbs up, whatever you can do to support them. Please, please thank them, because we wouldn't have any of this. Thank you, Miss Kawanda. God bless, hon, for that membership. And it looks like Miss Christy Mack received that membership. Another meatball jumping in the sauce. God bless, Kawanda. We love you. We appreciate you and your generosity so very much, dear. Wade Bird, welcome. I think I'm going to show that clip from Kim's last night, guys. For those of you that haven't seen it, it was just like, what? If what Accomplished had told us wasn't enough, to hear Connor say that too, it's just more proof. Too much proof. Too much proof. Oh, okay. No problem, dear. No problem. Don't work too hard, and thank you again so much.
And I did find a little bit more, a little bit of a easier way to describe how much 50 terabytes is. So with lower quality standard depth, you'd be looking at, which is what most of these are, most of the videos are, if you were to watch the video, if it was all videos and you were to watch it in normal time, it would take you 50,000 hours to go through.
That is pure insanity, you guys. Think about that. Say that one more time for the people in the back, Dylan.
It would take roughly 50,000 hours to go through low quality videos, which is what this is, which is what we've seen to this point. If everything, all that 50 terabytes was video.
That's nuts. That is absolutely, completely, and totally nuts and insane. Oh, hey, we got more company. At least she's not, whoever this is not neurotic like you. All right. Hello, Miss Kim. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Welcome back.
Kim.
I'm good. I've been kind of amped up since last night.
Me too.
Crazy.
Me too. This is that amazing lady and creator that facilitated all this for us last night, gave the platform to Connor and Miss Accomplished to be able to explain this to us. So, if you don't mind, Kim, I'm going to show a clip of these things being stated on your show from last night, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you look shorter today?
I don't know. I'm kind of hunched over because I'm not
Oh,
all
okay.
I'm not glammed up like I normally
You're
am.
good. You're good. No, I shouldn't have pointed it out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, thank you for being here. I appreciate
It's
you, and thank
okay.
you for last night very much.
It was amazing. Thank you to Accomplished Day and Connor. And it was so great to hear Connor, to
Yes,
hear his
to
voice
finally
and have
meet
him
him.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, after ever seeing everything he's done and everything he continues to do, it was really nice to be able to meet Connor for the first time and put the name to the voice and all that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was kind of
My
surprised that it
camera.
wasn't the dog. I thought it was the dog doing all this.
I think that
The
is
dog and the avatar.
Yeah.
You're a goofball. Swear to God. Yeah, Connor's amazing. Very nice person, good-hearted. Just these are great people, folks. I'm very, very proud to be able to work on the same platform with all of these people, and they all have the same goal, folks. They want truth. They want justice. They want answers, and they're getting them.
I think
They're
it's important for everybody to genuinely understand that because it's
yeah,
easy and it's a natural response when you meet somebody new to be like, especially behind a computer screen, like, okay, wait a
yeah.
minute, who are you? How do I, trust and all that stuff? But we have really gotten to know each other very well, everybody. And when we say good people and hardworking and it, it's true.
It is. It is. I mean, amazing. This community of people is something I've never seen before in my life. It's amazing. And I'm grateful that I'm surrounded by these people that are doing this and want to do these things and know the truth. And again, I have to say this one more time, guys, out loud. These people are not pro burgers, okay? They're pro truthers, pro justice.
Mm.
That's why we're all here. This is not about Brian Koberger alone. This is about justice, truth, the Constitution, our rights as people, and our country's rights, period. That's what this is about, okay? And why it's so important to know these things. As I told you guys months and months ago, Jesus, it's probably going close to a year now. I sent an email to the Department of Justice, two of them. They completely ignored what I said. This right here, what I'm about to show you, is the reason why they need to be paying attention. This is not justice. This is not okay at all. This is people burying truth in a quadruple homicide, putting a man in prison that is very likely innocent, and just going about their day like nothing happened. This is not okay. None of this. Okay. So, this is why we do what we do. And this is why I'm grateful to be surrounded, like I said, by all of these amazing people doing the things they're doing. They're not getting anything out of it. They come out of their own pockets to pay for this stuff, which is another thing that we need to try and support them as much as we can financially to help to get this stuff when they do it, as we will be doing as much as we can. But they come out of their own pockets. They take their own time. As Accomplished said in chat, she's at work right now. She works a full-time job. She does this on the side. I don't know what Connor, what's going on with Connor, but I'm sure he's busy. He has things in his life he could be doing, but he's doing this too. Okay. Kim is in retirement. She comes out here every day and does this to try to get truth out of this. This is what I do. I have nothing else to do, but I'm doing this every day to just talk about it, to show what I can. Jules does what she does and takes care of her family. We all do what we do for one specific reason. Logan works a full-time job and does this as well. Dylan goes to work and he comes back and does this. We could be doing different things, guys, when we're not working or whatever, but we choose to do this because we are so just tired of all this craziness and that we want justice for this, period. That's all I can say. I can't stress it enough. So, again, thanks for joining us, Kim. Thank you, Kawanda, for that. Can we get a vote for Connor T as merch, please? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Connor for president.
Connor for president. Hell yeah. Throw them in. Throw them both in the Oval Office there.
I'm going to go back to, I got to do the afternoon session of the Lindsay Clancy trial. So I probably got about, I don't know, 20, 25 more minutes.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to run this right now.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get to the point of where she brought it up. It was right before this document, right?
It's the first document. Right away, I would play. Yeah, if you want to hear her explain it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go, you guys. And again, guys, please make sure you subscribe to Typically Unique and thank her. Like this, share it out. She facilitated all this last night for all of us. So please make sure to do that. That's very important.
Didn't exist, but there's an evidence number in her interview.
Okay,
Right.
hold on
And
one.
it's very interesting. Yeah, none of those interviews existed.
All right, here we go. There we go.
Oh, Connor, we all appreciate you so much.
Very much.
Yeah, a long
you,
time
guys.
coming, getting you up here. Yeah, that everybody up here who this.
Last week, I was talking to everybody knows who the girl is at MPD that you talked to about the FOIA request. And I was talking to her because she was telling me that ISP Supplemental 52, there's, I think, 10 different interviews on it. She told me, and we know the initials to everybody, but we also knew some of the names. And I was informed that none of those interviews existed, except for the one that Logan had requested for Chase Dixon. That was the only one that she told me existed out of that report, right? So she then went on to tell me that when they get a FOIA request, what she does is she goes into their system, like into their internal system, and she's using the initials that you provided to her of the person's name or just the initials, or she's using the report number, or she's using like an officer's name or, one of those items to try to locate the information. Well, I was like, there's so many, like read up more for like ISP 115. They denied that one to multiple people. And they have knife pictures in that one too. And then also his interview and another person's interview. They'll tell you they don't exist. So I was like, why do they keep saying this? Because we know they exist. They took his
Thank you, Kawanda. It's a Napoleon Dynamite reference for all the non-millennials. Got you. Thank you, dear. Appreciate that very much.
DNA. Like they have to have them. So I just started looking through documents, and I went into the EWU documents, and I found Timothy Smaldridge's and Anthony Dollinger's affidavit that they filed with EWU.
Okay,
Right.
hold on.
Now, real quick, Anthony Dollinger is the new chief of police in Moscow, just so everybody knows. And Tim Smallridge is the documents. I guess he would be like the documents officer. He's in charge of all the documents and evidential documents and stuff like that. Were you going to say something, Kim?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
But that's who those two are, in case nobody knows. Dollinger, when the crime happened, was captain. When Chief was chief, Chief Fry was chief. Fry retired, Dollinger became chief. Just so everybody's up to date on who everybody is. So, welcome,
Actually, I was
Sarah.
going to say, surprise, surprise, he became the chief.
You're right. Yes.
And
both
he's the chief that knows about the secret hidden server or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes. Conveniently. It
Mhm.
makes you wonder if Fry knew about that, Kim. If he knew about this server. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they kept certain people in the dark.
That's what I wonder. How many people actually know about this server? I'm curious. I really am. But, well, right, Rogue. He was supposed to retire, ran for sheriff, failed, which everybody knew was going to happen. Now he's working in Washington as the chief somewhere else. So, yeah, he didn't really retire.
I just feel when I think back about how Fry spoke during those press conferences, he wasn't somebody who was confidently saying what he wanted to say. And it could be nervousness, but I feel like if you're up there and you purposely want to get people off a certain path, he would have been more assertive about it. He just truly seemed like he didn't even know. And he was
No.
just trying to make sense of stuff. So maybe he was not in the
Kept
loop.
in the dark, yeah. I mean, he's a
Mhm.
mood ring. Every time they would ask a question, he looked like he would turn 3 different colors, either because he didn't know, embarrassment, or anger. One of those 3 things, in my opinion. Welcome, Governor Pincus, and congrats. Welcome to the sauce. Much appreciated. Thank you for joining us. On we go.
And it's very
Can I-
interesting. Yeah.
Just 1 second, just because you
Yes.
have so much great information.
Uh-huh.
So she's saying that people are requesting these records and they are saying they don't exist, but we have an official report saying that they do. And then not only that, but I love the point you just made that there's an action that might have happened after or is described in that report. Like we took this person's DNA or we have a photo from their phone or something like that. So
Very important points. And like Kim is explaining, a lot of these they're saying don't exist. These interviews, this whatever doesn't exist. We've read reports on these interviews, folks. There's a report on it, but the interview doesn't exist. That makes 0 sense. And they think that we're like just going to say, okay, whatever you say and move on. No, it doesn't work that way.
you can't say you didn't interview them because we have like some additional
Report.
evidence that they did. So you were thinking about that. And then what made you go to the WSU thing? Like what made you think of that?
EWU.
Or,
Well,
oh,
the other thing is, the other thing was, it's like, I ran into it and I got really upset with MPD because like with Yessie's interview, you know, they originally told me that didn't exist, but there's an evidence number in her interview. I then sent the evidence number and I said, no, it does exist. And that was how I received it. So I went to the EWU thing because like the person at MPD who was telling me this information, it was almost as if like she was kind of like saying, I know this isn't how we should be doing this, but this is the only thing I have to look this stuff up, you know? Well, so I went to EWU, and Kim, if you want to pull up their affidavits in that drive so that we can like just look at it.
Yep, I have it ready to go.
And I would maybe pull up like the Timothy Smaldridge's one.
Yeah, I figured you'd want to start with that one.
Yeah.
Oh no, this. Okay. It might take a second. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think I highlighted it like in green. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Timothy is the property and evidence coordinator for Moscow Police Department. He's been in that position since 2018. Prior to that, he was like the records technician from 2004 to 2018. I'm pretty positive that the person who now handles, you know, the request for the FOIA, that's what her position is. It's something like the records technician, you know. So he's became the property of evidence coordinator for the city of Moscow. So he like, go ahead.
This is important because later on, I looked at this before we came up here. And when we get down further, like I wanted to make sure I knew what his title is. He's the property and evidence coordinator. Okay. But he used to be the records technician. And you think that's what, did we name her? Did we say her name?
No, I haven't been naming her. Yeah.
Okay. But you think that's the person that like responds to the emails and calls people, the records technician?
Oh, yes, it is. It is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think that's what her position possibly is now. Like she's doing what he did. So, gotcha. You know, in the affidavit, he's just talking about like what he does, you know. So right here, he states the Moscow Police Department currently has copies of all digital evidence stored on a secure Synology drive. He utilized the Windows Properties tool to identify the number of files stored on the drive, which is the following. So in the items booked for evidence, there's 257, 540 or 74 files. And that compromises 7.39 terabytes, right? So it's photos, videos, audio, digital copies of letters, emails, and documents. So that's the important part. He says the Synology drive, okay? So if you keep...
Hang on 1 minute. I'm sorry I have to do this. I don't know who you think you are, crime diver. You're done. You don't come in here harassing people. You're not going to chase this person through multiple communities and get away with this, okay? Your IP address has been found. You're going to stop doing this or there will be charges filed against you, period. I'm done with it, and everybody else that knows who you are is done with it. You're done. Goodbye. Fucking tired of these people. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry for the interruption.
Going.
257,000 files. Why does this keep doing this? I don't want to make a copy. So this is only, wait a minute. So window properties tool. So Synology has 7.39 terabytes.
Oh no, there's more. There's another section. So then these are items from the, these are from the forensic detectives, and there's 2 million plus files that compromise 50.8. And it's surveillance video, phone data downloads, search warrant returns, interviews, photos, you know. So the next line, the 7, that's where the important part comes in. The digital evidence stored in the Synology drive does not include the records associated with 22-M09903 that are maintained by Moscow Police Department records. So anytime the police department is receiving a FOIA request, they are only searching in their internal system for anything that you're requesting for. They are not touching the Synology drive. So there is 58 point something terabytes of data that they're not even touching to look up our request.
Let that sink in, you guys.
58 point whatever terabytes.
50.8 terabytes. Plus, it's set up here 7.9. 7.39.
Yes.
That is a massive amount of information that is being withheld on purpose, you guys. That's insane.
That is
58.
And so you're probably going to ask me, people are probably going to say like, well, how do you know that they're not looking in that system? Well, in a minute, when we look at Dollinger's affidavit, the system that is housed by Moscow Police Department is called the Spillman System of Record. That is where all the evidence that is related to the case, the 950 files that they have named and labeled, the 314 MPD investigative reports, you know, that's where all of that is stored. That is what they look up when you send a request in for the data related to the case. But this drive is held by Timothy, and nobody's searching it.
When you told me this, I was like,
so when they're telling us that doesn't exist, that is FBI, this never happened, this was never done, it's all bullshit. It all is hidden in this Synology drive for whatever reason. Well, I kind of have an idea why they're doing it. I think it's the most important information in the case, and it would give us the truth. That's my opinion as to why they're doing this, because they don't want us to see it. But there it is, clearly, and it's sickening that they get away with this shit.
what?
So
And
go ahead.
I had to read it a couple times. Like, it's very clear. They are naming the case number. Like, they're literally saying the case number.
So Smaldridge is the only person that has access to this one drive, right?
Yes. And so he goes on to keep saying that the challenges with where that data is stored is it sometimes came in a form of a thumb drive, because you have to think they're getting information from the FBI, from ISP, from Washington, from Pennsylvania, everybody has different naming conventions. They're just throwing it into the Synology, but they at least have the files somewhat named of what they are. It's just
Right.
not Moscow's naming convention. So it could be interviews, ring camera footage from neighborhood surveillance videos, all this stuff he's named. It's clear in this affidavit, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way we can
And then
ask
go ahead.
for we know there's a different space. Can we
pull from the
have-
Synology drive? Yeah.
Right.
I did that. That's exactly what we did. And in a minute, I'll show you the request that we sent in. But when I was talking to Kim about it, we feel like people should know this. Like there's 58.19 terabytes that nobody's seen. Like they're not even searching when you go and you make a FOIA.
That's actually a great question, Claire. Will this help EWU in their quest for transparency? Well, I don't. Kim, what do you think? Do you think it would change anything with that? Oh, she might have stepped away. It's a great question. I am curious about that. I know that Accomplish sent this off to multiple mainstream media outlets, as well as Dr. Turby and whoever else. So if it's pointed out to the world, maybe. Do you think this will change anything or help anything with EWU, Kim?
Yes, I'm surprised that this wasn't. I mean, I didn't look at EWU's all their court documents, but this didn't stand out. I don't even know if they cited it. Like, how could they not know about it?
Right. Well,
And
if they're hiding it.
It's unfortunate that, like major attorneys, major networks, they look so down on our community, just, little piddly, YouTubers out here that don't know what we're doing. And they're missing major information that we're finding.
Right.
And I can say that, like, I literally wrote an email to the attorney for EWU to share some more specifics about, the cost, what they're charging, the redactions, all of that. And they cited all of that, but I don't feel like when they were making their arguments, they didn't get into it enough, and they didn't really fully paint the picture. Like, it's not just, they're making redactions. It is ridiculousness of what they're redacting.
Agreed.
I mean, it was against the judge's orders. Judge Hippler said only personal information, which would be addresses, phone numbers, and stuff more personal than that. That doesn't include names, especially ones that we already know. And all that does is pretty much put people in the wrong spots and lead people to believe that either it was somebody else that did X or it was this person that did Y. And it creates more confusion.
And more speculation.
Right.
Because now we have to try to figure it out.
And here, somebody asked in the chat, why are they hiding or storing it there because of the space? I don't think it has anything to do with that, because here's the thing. Think about what has been said. When we're requesting these documents and stuff like that, they're not looking there. They're only saying on their Accomplish gives the name of it here, Spillman system that they have their stuff loaded into, and saved over there. They're not looking in this Synology drive. There's a reason, folks. If they were storing it there, let me put it this way, just for space reasons, they would look both places to get the answers they need. They're only using the Spillman system. They're not going to the Synology drive, which tells me it's a secret. It's being done nefariously or intentionally, however you want to call it, to keep it away from the public eye, in my opinion. So
I'm not an expert on how evidence and discovery works, but I'm sure in every case they collect a lot of stuff. Physical evidence, interviews, they have a lot of stuff. And then the way he described it on paper in this report was they picked out of this large pile that's in what is it called again? Synology.
Synology.
All that, all of it's in there. And then they picked certain things that they said, oh, this is evidence. This is evidence. And this is the evidence we're going to use and give to the prosecution. And we're going to put that in Spillman. And that's the only thing they're searching. So they have all this other stuff that they've collected, but they're like, well, that's not evidence that we're using. It's not relevant, you know. According to them, it's not relevant. But if you're trying to defend yourself, I'm sure it's relevant.
Exactly. And conveniently, some of the names that Connor read off last night that are not in the Spillman system very conveniently seem to be the names that everybody wants. David Loach, David Baracoa, all of the very popular names that people are saying, I want to hear from that person. I want to hear that interview. Very conveniently. They're not there. They're in the other drive that I feel is being guarded so that nobody can get that information. Not to mention, there's more coming from this, guys. There's more bombs that Connor's going to drop here coming soon about things that have been withheld, and hidden from us. For what reason? Was it an accident? Nope. Is it because they need more space for it? Nope. Things that are missing, okay, that just disappeared. Connor, I brought up last night the recording that Detective Gilbertson took when they interviewed Brian Koberger in Pennsylvania. And I said that even the fact that that's missing, and Connor said not only that, he found out the recording, the transcript, and what else did he say, Kim? They're all missing. Every bit of it.
The actual device, like the little handheld recorder,
yeah,
gone. Can't find it.
And Amber told him that himself, and he said, wait, it's all gone? And she said, yeah. That's not a coincidence, okay? Those things specifically are missing. The recording, the transcript, and the device, they're all just missing.
Yeah. If one of them was missing, that's sketchy.
Yeah.
Suspicious. Yeah. You know, could you explain that? Yes. Would we believe you? No. Would the public believe you? General mainstream? Yeah, they would. All three, I don't think anybody's believing you.
Nope. And that conveniently, the one and only perpetrator you claim to be the murderer in a quadruple homicide, all of that is missing. The only recording, probably, I'm going to tell you, that existed is just conveniently gone. Very interesting. EWU should be asking for the file directory of the Synology to be able to properly request this information like I did. I agree with you. Do you think they know that it exists accomplished? Because if they don't, that's why they haven't. I hope that they would know. But if they don't, they need to know. That's going to change.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
I brought this up last night in the hearing with EWU, the hearing prior to the last one. The reason when there was a delay between those two hearings is because the judge ordered Moscow Police Department to go back and do kind of what Accomplished Day has asked for. I fear they didn't explain it well enough in that hearing. They just said, go make a list of everything you have in evidence. And then they were supposed to come back with that at the last hearing, and they never brought it up. They never even brought that up. And that was the whole reason that they delayed the hearing. And I'm like, what happened to the list? Wow. So did something happen behind the scenes that they're not talking about that? And they asked for a list. They could have just given them a list of Spillman. Nobody brought up the Synology. They just said, we want a list of everything you have in evidence. So I don't know if any of them understand that there's this other system and even how to ask for it. But they're going to know now because Accomplished Day put in that request that is super explicit with receipts, with the documents, everything.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
That's going to be they're going to piss themselves when they see that.
But I do remember EWU, their attorney, saying, we don't even know what they have. They did say that.
Right.
We don't, and we talked about that. How do you even then verify? How do you know what to ask for when you don't know what they have?
Exactly. Exactly. That's when Logan brought that whole point up. Like maybe all of us need to start requesting, Synology files at this point.
Yeah, could I just have page 1? Page
Uh-huh.
1 of, and then page 2, and then page 3.
Right. Exactly. They won't even know when the first person sends a FOIA request in and it has the word Synology in it. I can't wait to see how that reaction comes. I
It's
truly
already
can't.
happened. It's sitting on
Right.
their desk. Yeah.
And here's
I
the
think-
thing. Accomplished sent that. Sorry, Dylan, 1 second. Accomplished sent that request in, and guess what? Amber didn't respond to her at all. No phone call, no text, nothing. There was no response beyond that at that point. So either Amber quit or she's freaking out. That's all I can say. Because she doesn't know what the hell to do.
We were laughing about that last night. We made Amber
it-
quit.
Right. Something happened. Something
Yeah.
happened because there's no response. So go ahead, Dylan.
I was just gonna say, I think the next FOIA should be the camera footage of Amber opening that email up.
I would, yeah, 100%.
Oh my God, Dylan, put it in.
Yes, 100%. I would love to see that.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny.
If they read their affidavits, then they would have requested for what I did, the full file directory from Synology. 100%. Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh, wait a minute. I keep getting confused. I misspoke. The reports that she pulled from Tim Smaldridge and from Dollinger, they were from EWU. From that
Right.
lawsuit.
That's why I was confused for a minute. Yeah.
I keep thinking WSU. I'm sorry. We all confuse that
okay.
all the time. Okay. So then they do know it.
That's what my thought was, is why they're not requesting anything unless they have and they've been denied somehow.
Well, why are they not? They're not making it public. They did not. I took notes during those hearings. They did not bring that up during those hearings.
Right. I wonder what happened. That's interesting. That's a really good point too, Kim. Yeah, like she said, Amber was supposed to send accomplished Cole Barenberg's interview and another request, but has completely ghosted her and will not respond now. That, like I said, she either quit or she has been directed to not respond at this point, in my opinion.
So I was supposed to get one of my interviews last week. But she told me they were short-staffed last week, so it might be this week. And we're at Friday, and I have gotten no communication. So I don't know what's going on.
Something's going on. Something is not right. But yeah,
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Their request, they're just telling you, oh, it doesn't exist, or they'll maybe use the excuse of it was FBI. But no, it does exist. It's just in that other system that y'all failed to label. And that's
And
not the public's fault.
Right. And this is only within Moscow PD's access, folks. We have requested things via phone calls, document requests, whatever. Something else I was thinking about after this last night is that, oh shit, I just lost it. Anyway, what do you want to call it? Through ISP as well as the FBI. And the FBI and ISP both say they have given everything back to Moscow. It's in this file. If they're claiming they don't have it, it's in that file. Why are they holding it in that file, not searching through that? Is it specific information that we're not allowed to see for a reason, or is it because of another reason? But either way, it absolutely needs to be known because it's ridiculous. They're lying to us. Blatantly lying.
I'm sure Accomplished Day will explain that when she shares how she requested the information, but it's a law that they have to produce
Yes.
these records to the public. Like you can't hide this kind of information. We don't know all the facts or what happened or what's going on, but if they have this, it looks like it's not matching up what they have been telling us. Like, and I went back and looked at something I requested back in like September of 25. So it's been almost a year. And it was about the medical examiner. And they told me that, I don't know if they worded it didn't exist or that it was one of those, they don't have it because the other agency has it. And they've done that with
Right.
so many. Like, we're all going to be able to tell so many stories about that. Like,
They try to blame it on somebody else so that they don't have to take the hit for it. Right.
but they're the lead investigators. They house the investigation.
Everything.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you wonder now. Some of these experts have come out and said, see, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say earlier, is if you guys remember in Chris Wickham's book, the very beginning of his book, he states that there were mounds, large amounts of exculpatory evidence, exculpatory to Brian, found in mislabeled files. I got to wonder if this has anything to do with this Synology drive situation. If there was some way or another that they just threw all this in here, it's not labeled correctly, all this, that, and everything else, and if they had access to this possibly. That's something I'm curious of, truly and honestly, at this point.
Were these files and folders and CDs and everything provided to even Ann Taylor at all?
Thank you.
That
And that's another question I have. Does she know about all this stuff? Did she know? I mean, I know it's a law that she has to, but did they withhold this from her as well? We don't know. I know it sounds crazy. I mean, what are the odds, though? If they did this, why wouldn't they do that too? You know what I mean?
That's my question. How would they know what they have to give her if they don't even know what they have?
Absolutely.
That's a great point. And in the Kim, where was it in the book? I know that's like the Bible for you over there, the True Crime Bible. Was it? I can't remember where exactly it was. It was in the early state, the very beginning of the book. Chris Wickham states that there was exculpatory evidence found in mislabeled files of the case.
Video files themselves are not named.
Diego, can you pause it for a second?
Yeah.
You were talking about
Yes, ma'am.
Chris Whitcomb and how he said the hidden files, and he also described like I had to click a folder, then click another folder inside of that, and click another for all that. When Turvey finds out what we have that we found it and like how we're looking at it, but I feel like they already know. I feel like Chris Whitcomb already knows. So then Turvey probably already knows. For some reason, they're not exactly calling it out like we're seeing it. They're kind of playing it down. You know, oh, I just found a hidden file that was
right.
But I feel like that's got to give us some really big credentials, credit, whatever in their eyes.
Yes.
When we're like, hey, wait a minute.
The true crime community is so stupid and conspiracy like, but what did we just find here? You know what I mean?
But it's almost like that's what they wanted us to do.
Well, I think that's what Whitcomb has said to us more than once.
Yeah.
I gave you these options. Now go find this. Basically, he's word for word are his words to some of us. Okay. This is what I can give you to work with. Now go find it. 100%. And we said that from the beginning, Kim, if you remember. If you read between the lines in his book on some of the things he says, I truly believe that. I agree with you.
Yeah. And it just proves that these experts, either because of their professional field or fear or threats or whatever, they're willing to come out and drop hints, say things in certain ways, but they're turning it over to people like us that'll just go out and say it. I don't know.
Right. Because they can't. It makes sense. They can't only do so much.
Yeah.
But they're like, here, go look this way and that way and see what you can come up with. And boom, here we are. Thanks to Accomplished and Connor for that 100%. So,
yeah,
like I said, this is amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. I want to scoot forward to some of this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you're on a time constraint here. 1 minute.
I know.
Staff's activity.
What'd you say, Kim? I'm sorry.
I was just saying I keep watching when the trial goes live, I'll jump down.
Okay. I'm just trying to get up to that other point where we get the next part of it.
Be logging in evidence, following their own policies and procedures.
Anywhere. And every time they ask one of the students,
That was kind of they were the last ones at Sigma Chi. Honor does have a PayPal, and
camera, at least one on the back end of that.
they're looking accomplished. You were saying something? It's evidence.
Oh, it's all. That's something else too, folks. I almost bet you, because I know there's other camera footage out here. I guarantee you, if it does truly exist, and I believe it does, it's in that Synology file. Honest to God, I bet you that's where it is. There's got to be other camera footage.
I can promise you everything from the whites and everything from, I think it's 118 or 1118. It's going to be in that file. It's going to be in that.
Yeah, there's other cameras on the front and back of the whites. There's cameras down in the corner. There's other cameras, folks. And we were even told that there were cameras from Whitcomb, Steve Gonsalves, that hasn't been seen. It's in that file. I promise you it's in that file. Honest to God, I swear. Evidence, Kim. Every bit of anything is
friends with Xana in passing, but the FBI was calling.
All right, this is the next statement Connor put out, which is mind-blowing as well. I'm pretty sure this is where he says this. Wait till you hear this one, you guys.
Don't say this, don't say that. You don't know any. Now it really makes me wonder, what did they tear the house down for? What are they hiding? And what really were the U.S. Marshals there for, and the FBI and everything?
You're right.
Oh, yeah. It's in that other server, Kim and Jen. It has to be. I think all of them are, because they're the.
And that's, but by the FBI.
Now it really makes me wonder, what did they tear the house down for? What are they really were the U.S. Marshals?
It has to be.
Pull it up. Have you heard the?
This is like jumping too far. I'm trying to hit right where he starts. I'll just let it play from here. Hold on. Right.
Oh, yeah. It's in that other server, Kim and Jen. It has to be. I think all of them are, because they're the custodian of all the evidence. 100%.
Yeah.
I think so many people were interviewed by the FBI in this case. Like, have you guys ever heard the name? Hold on, let me pull it up. Have you heard the name Joey Cross before?
Okay, here we go. And if you're taking notes, take your notes now. Remember this name. Listen to this shit. Never.
No.
Well, the FBI was, she goes to University of Idaho and was friends with Xana in passing, but the FBI was calling her to set up an interview, but she wasn't sure if it was actually the FBI. So her dad, I think it says in the ISP report, called one of his friends who was Detective Stennon.
Is that the Michigan one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that shows I think there are a ton of interviews that were done by the FBI that we don't know about, because here is my list of people that MPD has denied interviews for, citing that they do not exist, okay? Claire Carrillo, Ethan Runge, Gideon Amer, Hayden Edwards, Jack Katovic, Mason Bangman, David Barosha, David Loach, Madison Moy, Cooper Atkinson, Kai Johnson, DJ Myers, Jesse Holsek, Ellie Shepard, Emma Vigil, Riley Black, Maya Hippensteel, Ella Sykes, Eon Harsh, Bailey Miller, Haley Gabbard, Molly Gray, Zach McClure, Laura Lynch, and Miles Lefevre. Or
almost every single one of those people is highly important to this case, based on the knowledge we have of them. Okay. And Kim, did he tell us about the thing about Ethan before he stated that, or after? Do you remember? It might have been before. I thought it was before. I must have jumped ahead too far. Anyway, I want you guys to hear this, because this is important information too. But there you go. Again, he's pointing out all these names of interviews they say they don't have. They're in that file. They have to exist. These people are severely important to this case. They have to exist. Therefore, in my opinion, they're in that Synology drive. Do you remember, Kim, if Connor told us about that stuff with Ethan before or after what he just explained here with all those names? That they this part here. Hear this again, Ro.
Wait, he just said it because I just said the Michigan thing. So it's I think he's going to explain it now.
Okay, hold on.
After. I think after. But I wanted to say with that list of names, and I think you already just said it, like how many of them we already knew. We already knew they were the important ones.
Yeah.
They're already the ones that we're looking at. Like when I heard Mason Bangman's name on that list, we've never heard his name anywhere. Like they've got it hidden. They won't let us know that name. And I just thought it was so important. Just
Fully
like
agree.
all else. Yep.
It's highly important to the case. Very highly important to the case. I agree.
However you say
every single one of those, minus a couple names, are severely important, Connor. Every single one of those.
Absolutely.
I agree.
When you said Zach McClure, I'm like, well, that's because he was at Kennedy Fitzgerald's house when they left, and we have that huge discrepancy. Plus, Dylan saying they took a Sobro and someone called it for her. So I'm sure there was only so many guys there that could have called it.
Lake couldn't walk.
Right, but then you have that contradiction. So I mean, he probably has more information, is my point. All those names, wow, those are names that people have been talking about since like
day one.
Yes, like immediately.
Yeah. Especially David Loach. That's a huge one for a lot of people. And we all know who, weren't you told, Connor, that was it, or was it you or somebody else that was a federal interview?
I was told that both David B and David Loach, that their interviews did not exist.
That's it.
Me
There you
too.
go. Okay. Somebody else I thought was
Connor,
told
do you have the one open that shows all the FBI ones who they told us were FBI and that we haven't even ever heard?
Yeah, the ones that were told that were FBI were Jake Schreiger, Allie Benson, Connor Chestnut. I added Sadie Buck on here just because she obviously was interviewed by the FBI because she is on the witness list.
Right.
Quinn Kelly and Bailey Dempsey.
And that's the one that him and I both, Sadie Buck, which is Pete's girlfriend, we're told didn't exist at first. Okay, that's a problem. If she's on the witness list, it has to exist. Period. Not to mention you interviewed her boyfriend. Come on, her boyfriend brought her up in it. They're going to talk to her. This is just dumb.
And then I guess we also know that Dylan Mortensen, Ava Wood, Mason Barstow, and Bianca Perez were all also interviewed by the FBI as well. I mean, Bianca Perez, I didn't feel like she was that important to the case, but she, in the one interview that we got recently, she said that she was interviewed over 5 times. So,
yeah, right. Why did they go back to her so many times? And I feel like, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
I did send FOIAs to the FBI. And so any of the ones that I did not have a request from to say, like, you need to go for this, and if I stated a name, like they denied it straight away. Like they denied Jake, they denied there were 3 other, Allie Benson, because there's not a report for her. They denied that and all that. I had Quinn Kelly's denied to me from MPD. And that one hasn't been denied, but I haven't gotten a case number for it. And then they denied Connor Chestnuts at the FBI. But the one that they actually approved and they opened for me was I attached ISP 189 to it, where it was talking about how the FBI did all the interviews for like the victimology and just basically the interviews through the whole case. They opened that case and it's an active open FOIA on the website, and you can go look up the number like anytime that you want, and it'll tell you the current status. And right now it's saying that they're searching their system for related information, but it was weird because I was very vague, and when I didn't state a name, they opened that one, but they did not open any of the ones where I have individual names. If they are a living person, they will for people who are deceased. They will approve them for deceased, but not like, people that were involved in this if you go and name their exact name.
That's crazy.
wild.
Every interview that I've asked for MPD that they say FBI has this, you can't have it. I turn around and FOIA the FBI just because I want to have that denial. And they deny every single one.
Privacy. Yeah. Or the
They've stated this system exists.
The interview with those people, I don't know if part of that 1,000 is them going door to door and each person that answers the door counts as an interview or not, or if it counts as like if they're counting like sit down interviews. But
I have a feeling they're counting them all.
They probably are.
We're not making them labeled folders. And so you have a log of what.
So I think it must have been before that, Kim, because he hasn't talked about it yet. I really want them to hear that point of that story about Ethan. Like it is before, because here's that thing right there. Isn't that it?
Yes.
Okay,
It's right before that. Yes.
All right, here we go. Listen, I'm telling you guys have to hear this. That didn't hear. It's insane.
See one door knock at the Whites.
And there's cameras at the White. There are cameras at the White apartment.
especially in an apartment.
Each end, I do believe. And
Keep
there's-
going like right
the
before
ones I've
that.
been talking about.
There
Right
has to
before
be.
that.
So,
And I've
I mean,
never
that's
understood how they've said that, like, there weren't cameras there because it's an apartment building. What kind of
Right.
apartments, especially in 2022,
keep going.
do not have cameras? Like, I mean,
Right.
if we were back, like,
You mean before this?
No, closer to where you saw that thing on the screen, the receipt.
Gotcha.
It's like right before that.
like 50 years ago.
When it's almost the same. Where's that footage at? That's good, people. That's why there's probably
Question
Hey,
for
Kim.
Connor. Connor,
sorry.
does that girl still have the Ethan?
Yep.
Right
So
there.
maybe
I don't know if they did, but remember that we call it the peony video with the girl's car that got broke into.
right.
And then as soon as that happened, she then moved.
Especially in an apartment building.
Well, look at
Hang
the
on.
Linda Lane apartment. How many cameras?
Ready to go, Mom?
Said in her
One.
request, she said, "I
Here
told
it
you
is.
everything about it." And I'm Jacqueline Bellevue, Caleb.
If you could, I'm sorry to ask you to do that.
No, you were good. You were so good. And blank. She believed
Slogan. But here's the thing. All right, here it comes. They will not allow anybody to talk about, or if they have, they've hidden it. About it's after I'm done running my mouth. A fight. Nobody talking about any fighting that night except for Chris Wickham saying there were 3 fights that night. But there's nothing in any of the reports we reviewed. Nothing anywhere. And every time they ask one of the students in the interview, did anything weird go on that night? Nobody brings up an argument, a fight, anything like that ever. Almost
They
like
don't
were
want to
told-
say anything
Wait, I think it's before this because that's what brought this up.
bad.
Don't
No
talk-
fight.
Saying there were 3 fights. But that is it.
Maybe we heard
Yeah.
that from the
Hey, these reports, these
Evidence
I've ever.
that they
Oh my gosh, it doesn't.
have or see
are not using this
it should.
looking in the place where the good information
with
is
me,
that
guys.
we want. There's no
17 about 11
lot of evidence here.
Right.
Electronically to the
data. Data it was
and
law enforcement officers throughout the FBI. Each agency had their own way of tracking their staff's activity, logging in evidence, following their own policies and procedures for different aspects related to criminal investigations. So the FBI named their files differently than ISP and MPD, and so it's hard for you to search them. That's basically what he's saying.
Yep. I feel like we've heard that
Yeah.
before. Maybe we heard
Yeah.
that from the EWU.
Yeah.
I'm
And
going
is
to jump
that-
in real quick, if that's
Yeah.
okay. And kind of off topic, but kind of not. But if they're saying in here that there is so much stuff being given to them and it's not overly specific, then how do we know that they watched it themselves? You know, if they're getting
It's about it, Connor. No.
That information,
Yes,
didn't we
we
call that?
knew.
And that's why he
Yeah.
had to be taken out by Pete.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, that was at the Hunkadunga that happened, but that
Oh, that's
it
right.
sounds like there was more than one instance, Logan. But here's the thing. They will not allow anybody to talk about, or if they have, they've hidden it, about a fight. Nobody talking about any fighting that night except for Chris.
101.
Yes.
Nope. No fights, no drugs, no
And-
cheating, no, everything was great.
There's proof, like what Connor just said. Somebody physically handed over a video to them of an saying there were 3 fights that night, but there's not. Where the hell is it? Nothing in any of the reports we reviewed. Nothing anywhere. And every time they ask, I mean, well, no, that was at the Hunkadunga that happened, but that's about it, Connor. Nobody talks about that. There's no, and they're withholding that from the pub.
Overly specific, then how do we know that they watched it themselves? You know, if they're getting sent all this stuff, how do we know that they are spending their time and watching this? How do we know there's
thing? The law enforcement goes on to say came from the MP.
And then 511, their time than I've ever
11 items and
Looking in the
not using tens of
after folder and thing. That
In mislabeled.
was this
Good call.
department could do that. Just
saying it's all
File.
about the
ISP both say
they're getting information for the data.
thing here needs to be dug into for me. So
There's-
I think you're going back too far, Dago. I think you got to go forward and look for that receipt. Go till you see that one little liner thing that she had up there, and then use your arrows to go backwards right there. So now use your arrows on your keyboard. So only go back like 10 seconds at a time. And then
the picture I uploaded that says screenshot, and I can show you because Connor, I don't remember when you talked to her, but I've
okay, use your arrows again.
Where somebody said they remember
And go backwards because we already talked about it.
I saw that and I was trying to pull up my messages so I could get.
Or does she bought that camera? So maybe they didn't. I don't know. Right here. But here's a good question
Hey,
for
Kim.
Connor. Connor, does that girl still have the Ethan video? Go back.
I did.
Girl camera. That camera.
right. That's a bad neighborhood. People that
like during that whole month prior, there was a lot of thefts in the area.
ignored. And I saw when we did the live video with the boots on the ground person there's a camera, at least one on the back end of that building, on the back side of that facing 1122.
It's coming up.
Before or after this? That's what I was screaming for. They're saying it doesn't exist, or they're ignoring me completely on that one. So,
well, they also in the month, like during that whole month prior, there was a lot of thefts in the area, breaking into cars and stuff. You mean to tell me nobody went out and got a personal camera?
well, remember, Logan, everybody was saying that neighborhood is a kind of like the Harlem of Moscow. That's a bad neighborhood. People. That's why there's probably so many cameras around. Sorry, I looked like you were going to talk, Kim. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if they did, but remember that we call it the peony video with the girl's car that got broke into.
Right.
And then as soon as that happened, she then moved over, didn't she? She's the one who moved into the 1112 house and bought that camera. Isn't that her that because she had an incident, she bought that camera? So maybe they didn't. I don't know. But here's a good question for Connor. Connor, does that girl still have the Ethan video?
I did actually ask her about that. I saw that and I was trying to pull up my messages so I could get her words from it. But
that would be.
I don't want to paraphrase.
If I had something like that, I wouldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, but then I would be afraid for her too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to find her messages so I can use her words.
So it was before this, right? I'll just tell you. So Connor said, is it 3634? Thank you, Rogue. Come on, mouse, work. Bless America. Come on. Hold on. I get it there, guys. I wanted it to come from Connor, not me. Just a second. Hold on.
We believe in you, Dago.
I'll just play it from here. Here we go.
And kind of off topic, but kind of not. But if they're saying in here that there is so much stuff being given to them and it's not overly specific, then how do we know that they watched it themselves? You know, if they're getting sent all this stuff, how do we know that they are spending their time and watching this? How do we know there is not different stuff in there?
Great
Like,
point.
I've told a couple people this, not publicly, but I'll say it now publicly. I've spoken to someone who was at the Sigma Chi party, and she was interviewed, and I verified that this is the correct person and that she was there and stuff. And she told me that she submitted a video to Idaho State Police of Ethan in the background of her video. There was Ethan and someone else being in an argument at the Sigma Chi party.
Boom. Big boom. We have been asking for months, years. Was there a fight? Was there an argument? Whatever. It was denied. Nobody wants to talk about it, but there it is. And they're withholding that from the wow, bro.
And that information is not in the report either.
Nowhere. It gets better. And nobody talks about it, Connor. Nobody talks about that. There's no report. No. Wow. So that is they're intentionally withholding that because it doesn't fit that narrative.
Yeah. The girl who was at the party specifically came out and told me that she has a video that she gave to Idaho State Police that shows Ethan in an argument with someone else in the background.
And they buried that shit deep. Damn.
But didn't we call that without even knowing that information?
Yes,
didn't we call that? And that's why he had to be taken out by Pete?
Yeah. I mean, well, no, that was at the Hunka-Dunka that happened. But that's right. It sounds like there was more than one instance, Logan. But here's the thing. They will not allow anybody to talk about, or if they have, they've hidden it, about a fight. Nobody talking about any fighting that night except for Chris Wickham saying there were 3 fights that night. And this gets better because this girl herself requested this, as you'll see here in a minute. And they said it doesn't exist, guys. She sent them the video. She sent her own personal video to them, and they told her it doesn't exist. What the hell is going on? Like, literally, what is going on? This is insane.
There's so much to just this scenario. This was important for you to show because,
yes,
number one, we were all right on the right track, like thinking of all this stuff because everything, fights, people, names, places, everything that we talked about, hypothesized, everything is what they have hidden from us. They were investigating the same things, the same people. And so we were on the right track. And then you have to think that was their investigation. That's where their investigation was.
Yes.
They're not interviewing rando strangers who happened to be in the neighborhood that night. They're investigating the college students, the fraternity people, the sorority people. The only name that Connor had on that FBI list that they interviewed was Enon Harsh. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
Enon?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just think
that's hidden too.
And I'm gonna have to jump down here, but the thing that I want to leave with is what could connect all the different fraternities and sororities, doing something together that they are going to have a problem with somebody. Why would all these different possibly, Delts, Sigma Chi's, Fijis, Beta Thetas, how could they all have an issue with Ethan?
Thank you. Because how many questions, Kim, did we hear in the victimology questionnaires with Sigmas and everybody else? All the questions they asked about Ethan, finances, things like that, and that they redacted every bit of it. Every bit of that was redacted. Now think about all that. Then recently we had the whole coke dealer thing brought up. That was a big deal that got wrapped that they would not tell us about. Guys, we've been investigating the right things from day one, like Kim said. We've been looking at the right things. This is why they're releasing this stuff to us that doesn't have anything to do with this. They want us over here. We're over here. We've stayed over here. And no matter what we try to do, they keep trying to push us back over here. We don't care about that shit because we know it doesn't have anything to do with this case. It's over here. This is where we need to be. And this is where we're going to stay now, especially now knowing this. When somebody themselves, one person, we've heard this from now, Kim, one person is actually looking at this saying something's wrong. Something's wrong. I have a video I sent them showing Ethan arguing with somebody that night, and they tell me it doesn't exist. It was my video, for Christ's sake, and it's gone. Why are you hiding this?
Yeah, they don't want us to see that Ethan was fighting with somebody. They don't want us to see who that is. Who is he fighting with?
Yep.
You know, we haven't. Now we know there's a conflict at the Hungadunga. His sister's upset. There's a conflict now at Sigma Chi.
He stayed at the Hungadunga for less than an hour and came home. He's acting based on what Connor said, that Ethan's in the background. I even notated it. He's not acting like himself. He's kind of sticking to himself after having an interaction with somebody, a negative one. Guys, I did a show about a month ago where I said what was going on with Ethan that night. Something was going on around Ethan that night. Here we are. Okay. And then again, not the biggest part of this, they have purposely kept us away from and kept the Ethan and Xana's timeline away from us. They've never given us a real timeline, which we know they have. Why? All of that. Think about that. Something is going on around those two, or at least him, but I'm going to say those two just to be safe. Something's wrong.
It could be, like, I saw a comment in the chat that somebody said, well, someone, Sigma Chi could have just been upset with Ethan. Yes, that could be true. But now we know there's more than that. We know that there's a mixture of fraternity guys at the sorority formal. When you go to a sorority formal, it's all one sorority. There's no other girls from other sororities there. It's one sorority. So the girls, are what it is. But they're all bringing different guys from all different places. And there's an issue there. And then there's an issue at Sigma Chi. Then we're not allowed to know where Ethan and Xana are after Sigma Chi. So there's obviously probably other places after that where there was conflicts. And to me, it just seems like when they come out right away and say, drugs have nothing to do with it. Love triangle has nothing to do with it. And I hate to say this, but one of the other things that they said was they weren't bound and gagged, all the things that they're like, absolutely not. That's not what happened. Why are you protesting too much?
Those are the things we need to look at. In my opinion, the things they're telling us did happen. We need to look at the opposite of that, or the things they're saying didn't happen. You know what I mean? Vice versa. 100%.
Yep. Well, this is awesome. And if they rest their case on this trial, I might be back.
Yeah. And thank you, Kim, again for facilitating this last night, giving us the platform to have this and find this information. Was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
It was so good. Thank you for coming up. I'm glad you're
one last thing before you run off, Kim. What was the reason they ended the day so early the other day? Did they ever say?
We don't know. They haven't said. The only thing the judge said is it didn't have anything to do with the attorneys. It's the only thing he said. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll let you know if I find out.
Thank you. Please do.
Bye, guys. Great show, Dago.
See you soon. Thank you, dear. See you soon.
Bye.
So what do you think, Dylan, about that statement and all this info?
I mean, I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
No, I don't think any of us are. I mean, this is kind of expectation at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when we found out the cops were lying about where they were, everything's on the table. So, I mean, this just for this is just even more stuff than what already wasn't on the table is on the table.
Well, I mean, let me say it, folks. If nothing else, and Logan was saying it too, we all agree this is justification. We are justified in what we believe, what we have looked into, the things we've been investigating, the directions we've gone. It's justified at this point. There is so much corruption, so much lying, so much everything wrong is happening. When when another student turns over a video from her phone of something going on that night, saying maybe this had something to do with it, and it disappears, or maybe it's in the Synology drive. But the thing is, they're telling the girl when she sends a request. I think it pops up on here. Let me find it again. My mouse is just like broken or something. It's not doing its thing. It was just a tiny little thing we saw up here where it popped up. Accomplished day requested that we pull it up. It's just a little strip. It's the documentation of her requesting her own video that she sent to them. They tell her, what are you talking about? That doesn't exist. She recorded the damn thing. She knows it's real. And they're still telling her it doesn't exist.
These are not the droids you are looking for.
Thank you. It's right. It's insane. Like they're using the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi mind trick on her or some shit, thinking it's going to work. No. And then Connor said, asked her something about, should I put this out, this and that. She says, no, I don't blame her. I would be afraid at this point because they're hiding this for a reason. God knows, and I hope she's safe, what could happen to her if it were to be put out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything really would, but we don't know. What are the extent that they'll go to protect these things, to hide this shit? We've seen it so far.
I mean, it went all the way to sending the FBI to threaten a witness.
Bingo. Thank you. Thank you. This is absolute insanity. Okay, so once again, let me say this statement for you all in the back row. They're listening. For all those of you that are saying we're crazy, we're conspiracy theorists, we're just telling lies, we're this, we're that, please go sit down and shut the hell up. Okay? Go sit down and shut the hell up. We have just proven that everything we've said, everything we've investigated, everything we've dug into is real and it's true. Every single bit of it. And we're all going in the right direction. As much as they don't want us to, we're going that way. Hello, Mother. Good to see you. Sorry you had to hear me talk that way. Just saying. It's real, folks. This is not a joke. This is not pretend. We're not making things up. None of this is out of line. It's all real. It's been proven here. They're hiding documents in another file, or another drive. That Synology drive is a completely different drive. They're hiding documents there. They refuse to go when we request documents. They refuse to go pull them from there. They won't even look. I wonder what Amber actually knows of it. Okay, and then we have another student at the school sending a video to law enforcement saying something was wrong that night. Ethan was out of sorts. He was doing this. There was an argument, blah, blah, blah. And they tell her when she requests her own video, it doesn't exist. Something's wrong. End of story. Capital C. Okay. Corruption with a capital C.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I know you've brought it up a couple times, but did Ann Taylor know? And
yeah.
For me, I don't think she did, but with what she's currently dealing with, I think it's irrelevant because even without the synergy drive, there's enough there to reasonably expect a halfway decent defense attorney to get Brian off.
Good point. I agree with that. That is a good point. Now, if she didn't know about it, that just compiles even more bullshit, you guys. I mean, obviously. So, I mean, I've never in my life expected to actually get something told to us like that. Have I always felt like that's something going on? Sure. Okay. But beyond that, I never expected to actually be told this. Yeah, we did see Rogue's talking about, I sent Dago video proof that she did know and tried to explain it to Hitler. We did see that, yeah. But even that, it's still somebody is pushing this narrative so hard, they're not going to back off of it. Okay, it has to be Brian. It has to be Brian. I don't care what you have. It has to be Brian and Brian alone. We don't believe that at this point, and it has to be the narrative they told us. So at this point, okay, you guys, at this point, I hate to do this. By all means, I hate to do this, but think about what we know up to this point. Is it real? Is it real? At this point, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to throw this big old wrench out there in the middle of this whole geared out, crazy ass case, but I'm going to throw a wrench in the gears. What if everything we know right now is not even remotely true? Beyond the things that have been proven, okay? That's my point. What if everything we know is completely backwards from the timelines are way off, that the killings happened at way different times, all of this, because why would I not think that at this point?
I mean, the 11-12 camera alone tells you it was at a different time.
That in the screams and all this other stuff, and they keep telling us, oh, you're crazy, you're crazy. Nope, it didn't happen. I'm not saying, all of it, you guys, but I'm saying if this is something that is real, why is it so hard to believe that some of the other stuff that they told us are facts are not real too? That's what I'm trying to say. Welcome, Realize.
Thank you. How you doing?
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the whole case. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said it the way I did, but the things that they're telling us are factual statements, so on and so forth. I have reason to question now, is all I'm going to say.
Well, their entire narrative is coming from somebody who says that they don't know whether it was real or a dream.
Right. And
everything revolves around Dylan.
I do not believe that the timeline has ever been real. Ever. The timeline they've given us, I do not believe it's ever been real. I think that has been fully created for a reason. And yes, you're right, Dylan. Any thoughts, Realize?
I think that to still be stuck on the narrative that this was Brian and Brian alone, at least that much, you are literally deceiving yourself.
Right.
I mean, I can say that confidently. Because of what we've seen, we know there's more than one person.
Right.
We've already said this at length, right? So with timelines and things of that nature, we've seen discrepancies there also. So, for us to tell ourselves that that's not what we saw is to gaslight ourselves. There are some things that, we've gotten right, some things we've gotten wrong, as we try to figure out the truth in all of this. But I think that, to go with the original narrative, the initial narrative of this case is just lying to yourself. You're gaslighting yourself.
I agree.
We have way too much information now to work with. That's actual factual information.
It's been proven. Yes.
To go along with it. That's why we're so irritated. Because,
well, yeah.
Trying to tell us otherwise. It's like, what?
They themselves changed the original timeline from 3 to 4 to 4 to 420. Okay.
Yeah. It was that two, like between 2 and 3. I think it was they mentioned from 3 between 2 and 3.
Chapin said it was 2 a.m. was a dark
2
hour.
2 a.m. was the dark hour.
And then they switched it to 3, 4 or something like that. 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Right. And then we hear audio, folks, of what we hear. I don't have to explain to you what we've heard. That tells a whole different story. So at that point, something's wrong. Okay. There's a reason why they did all this. I think they had to change the timeline so that it fit with Brian Koberger being out on the road. Okay. That's another thing I think happened.
Mhm.
Honest to God. Because if you leave the timeline and the original timeline in play, which I think was between 2 and 3 a.m. I think that's what it was. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. Brian Koberger's at home. So if he's at home, guess what? He can't be the guy, without a doubt. So when they realized when Brian Koberger left his home and was out driving around. Now they're going to put it from 4 to 420. Well, that's
And
perfect.
and isn't the audio from 225 and earlier just non-existent?
No, there's audio, but in fact, there's a lot of audio from that point. You can hear all. That's why I think there was a party there that night, because it sounds like a party going on.
Well, I'm saying before 225, not after.
Yeah. There's we listened to it yesterday in here for a little while. I think you were gone by that point, but I think it's one. Well, you were here with me. Realized if you remember the timeline, it was one something I was playing through 245 or 250 or something. There's
Yeah.
a lot of noise going on. You can hear a lot of people talking and laughing and some music. Hey, Jenny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
That's
a
what we
lot
were
going
listening
on,
to.
and then it gets quiet between after we hear those screams.
3
For the
o'clock.
most part, yeah, it gets pretty quiet from that point forward. So, and then
You
there's
hear
some
little
other
things here
sounds.
and there, but it got real quiet. Like there's this amp up, like not for nothing, but like the crescendo of the situation was happening. You could just hear it amping up, and then you hear all these voices. You hear them. We were talking about that yesterday. We were hearing
Yes.
multiple people's voices, guys, girls, different screams, people pleading to allow them to go. The girl pleading, please, no, please let me go. You know, this guy crying and everything. But no, everything was good. They were partying. Come on.
Yep.
You know, just that part I can't, we know something was wrong because we know the outcome. And that was right around the time that was happening. It's right there in our face.
And then you have to look at the fact that Maddie and Kaylee's phones go dead. And I mean dead
Right.
at 254. After that, there's nothing.
That's not a coincidence.
No, not even close.
Mm-mm.
And I just got some breaking news out of the Clancy trial. That the prosecution is just rested.
Wow.
The what? Oh, the prosecution just rested.
Yeah, that's the alert. That's the alert that came across my phone.
That's quick.
Yeah, I've been following that case, and I haven't been listening intently or anything to the court because I'm just not in a place to absorb it.
Is it true that Patrick is missing?
That I haven't seen.
I was heard last evening that he was missing at this point. I'm like, oh, interesting. That's convenient.
Give me a few
They
minutes.
rested.
I'll
We
check.
are in the yeah. They rested, and we're in the defense. So the defense should be doing their thing now, closing arguments, right?
Exactly.
That's a crazy case, you guys. It really is sad, very sad, and very crazy.
Yeah, from what I've gathered from it too, I've been listening, kind of gathering the pinpoints of the trial. My stepdaughter's following it, and stuff like that. So I'll just get all the bullet points from them because I can't immerse myself in there. I'm just still, Idaho still has my head spinning.
I promise you're not the only one. We're all on that roller coaster.
I'm like, do I absorb another case like that? I'll have myself going nuts.
Yeah, that's kind of why I stayed away. That and because of the baby thing. I don't handle
Yeah,
that
with the children, that stuff's rough.
very well
Yeah,
at all.
that's
Yeah.
really rough. Yeah.
Right. So this is my point. Brian was home until 2:54. Okay. Not to mention that accident that happened right in front of his apartment. He couldn't get out from some point, in my opinion, from my understanding. So they had to change the timeline to the point where Brian was able to get out of his apartment, his parking lot, and get out driving on the road and be away from his home to be able
That's
to
it.
commit this crime. 100%.
That's it. Because how else would he be there? Would he just astral project?
That's the
Like,
only
come
way
on.
they could use him. That's my opinion, 100%. And that is exactly why they did all this.
You see, when I get frustrated, I'm a peaceable person. I prefer peace. I don't like drama. I shut
agree.
it down. I shut it down. But when I see something and I know that we are on truth, when it comes to defending truth, I get very passionate. Then you start to hear the Jersey in me a little bit. You start to hear the Jersey in me a little bit come out.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially when you get
time
all
for
hyped
another
up on
cup
that
of-
coffee.
It's another
The coffee, yeah, coffee.
Time for another
Yeah,
cup of
you got it,
coffee.
Dylan. Yeah. It's got to be good coffee. I got I got a organic Guatemalan coffee. It's the best.
I don't do
That
coffee.
Peruvian.
I do Monster and Red Bull.
Do
Sounds
you?
good.
Oh God, stuff is that. Don't you crash from that? That's like super amped.
That I don't
young.
drink it that often, so it doesn't really
No,
affect me at all. It's
It's like-
it's very rare that I drink it.
you must. You so it doesn't affect you. My God, you must be like you must build up a tolerance to
He's
it or
also
something.
younger than we are too, and
Yeah,
they handle things. I remember being that age, and you definitely handle things differently.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think if you had enough of it, you can build a tolerance. That's what I'm saying. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. But again, you guys, the point is we're on the right track, okay, with this part of this. Don't let anybody tell you you're not. Don't let these crazies that are doing their thing to try to run their own push that narrative down our throats. Don't let them do it. We know
Yeah.
where we're at. We know why we're here. We know what we're doing, and we will continue to go that direction. And if you think about what's been going on in this community for probably a good month now, look at everything that's happening. Okay? And look at how all these trolls that have appeared out of nowhere, these people doing this crazy shit here and over there, and it all makes perfect sense. It all
Mhm.
makes perfect sense. If you have been out here for a while, long enough to see how things work out here, it's flowing the way it should be right now because people are getting nervous. We've seen many Gonsalves interviews. They're very angry right now, and I think nervous. I'll be honest with you because Brian filed the post conviction relief. They don't want him to walk because, oh my God, good Lord, what could happen if he were to walk? Maybe the truth would come out. You know,
Yeah. Mhm.
stay on where you're at with what you're doing and the direction you're looking. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just telling you what I see. Okay. Do your own thing, make your own perception, whatever, but I'm just telling you what I see. And I know we're going the right direction without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
obviously getting close. That's for sure.
I think that's what has got everybody nervous. I agree.
if you look, so whenever you're investigating something like this and you see like, oh, someone's out driving around, okay, why? And then you see the little bit of pattern of life that we have, and oh, he goes out and drives around regularly because he has trouble sleeping. So
Mhm.
it's much more reasonable to believe that he was out just trying to tire himself out as opposed to going to kill people. It's common sense.
His neighbor said something about she would hear him up at like 3, 4 in the morning vacuuming and, dusting and doing whatever he's doing, rearranging furniture. Apparently, like he's OCD and that's his lively time. Like,
That's what I'm saying. If you think about it, my mother's in here. She can tell you when I was younger, I'm chronic ADHD as an adult. I was up all hours of the night, even when I wasn't supposed to be. I was sitting up listening to music. I'm supposed to be in bed for school in the morning, and I'm up at midnight to where she's got to come in and tell me to go back to bed. I mean, I always was a night person. I've always been a night. Now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to peter out, but you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's always been. Always been. It's just one of those things when chronic he's been diagnosed. He has ADHD, OCD. He's on the spectrum. I mean, that's probably when he works all day. He's doing his schooling, this and that. So at night is when he's probably having his own time. He goes out driving around. I used to do that. I used to ride my bike at night to tire myself out when I was married to the creature. Okay, that was
Mhm.
my thing, and it was cooler at night. I would go ride bike around the town, do whatever I was doing just to wear myself down because I couldn't do it. I was so wired all the time.
Mhm.
Um, or I'd go drive the car, whatever, with the windows down, just to enjoy it around the town that I lived in. It was 100%. But it's not abnormal. It doesn't make you a killer because that's what you do. Lots of people do this, okay?
Well, it was easier to do back in your day because gas tank was 80 cents.
Yeah.
My son now, a lot of you have heard me talk about Caden. My son's 20 years old. He doesn't go to sleep. He has to his body has to just stop. He has to literally just shut down. The battery has to run completely out, and he's done. And when he does, he's out. That's it. He's
Mhm.
up, wide awake, on his phone, doing this, doing that, whatever. He cannot go to sleep. It's just part of it, guys. It's part of that basis of the ADHD, the OCD stuff. I used to stay up late at night cleaning until I was cussed out for it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
mother, I know I'm getting
that could be a
old.
deterrent, I guess. Yeah. But,
Yes,
I mean, we just, this stuff wasn't a big deal until, obviously until they were looking for something, in this case to kind of pinpoint him at that time and
that
hour.
is, you
So,
are correct. Yes, ma'am.
And these are just his habits. So, but yeah, to me, it's crazy, but I will tell you this, yesterday I found an article. I came across an old article that talked about Koberger and said that he was described as friendly, very friendly and talkative. I took a snapshot of it. Friendly and talkative, right? This is before all this other crap that we're hearing. So, so my point is, if he's friendly and talkative, we already know, this is where I think of like, where what we've heard in these interviews, what we've already said about that, what we've seen and witnessed with the woman at the DMV. This was again, these were like normal parts of him. Now, I also saw in my scrolls in, looking for information or truth or anything anybody's come across, because I love the true crime community. I love the contribution everyone makes. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot from all of you.
I think we all have, and I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna say I came across someone, and I'm definitely not gonna put their name out there because I don't think that I want to absolutely draw attention to this person for any reason. But I saw like how they were going out of their way. I just happened to come across it. So interesting that they were going out of their way to discredit certain individuals, like Jules or Lana or, Dago, or there's more, but that's just a few that I'm going to mention. And
Yes,
to
we
say
know.
certain things that are just like, this person seems to make it her point to do this. And it's obviously a she. But I was looking, I'm going, okay, like this is necessary. Like, what's important is that we remained focused, like, because these kind of things can trip us up. I noticed they have recently in this community, and we've come so far and worked so hard, especially you guys, that the last thing we want is people undermining or being nasty about it, the differences in thought, opinions, or even if you got it wrong, there are ways to bring correction, or there's ways to share information that is respectful and, and palatable. And I think a lot of people have gotten away from that. And I just noticed that it really, really, it's disheartening to witness this because I love this community, but I've seen so much stuff just go out of control. So I'm going to say, I'm glad that you took control today of whoever that person was in your chat.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that
I
you
won't
are,
allow. I
Yeah.
will not. I'll speak on that point. Like, you're not. There are many people that come in here from all over the world. Okay, the UK, South Africa, Japan, China, Russia, Norway, Australia. They're everywhere. They're all over the world. And I don't care if you're in the UK, Australia, Germany. I don't care where you're at. You're not going to try to harm somebody that is in here. This is a safe space. It always has been, and it always will be. My
Mhm.
moderators do an amazing job ensuring that. Okay, you don't come in here chasing people down through community after community after community, changing your name. No, we don't do that. This will stay a safe space. It always will, and I will always protect the people that come in here under that aspect because you don't get to do that. You don't have that right
Right.
to invade people's lives and try to harm them, whether it's verbally, emotionally, mentally, it will not happen. It
Yeah,
will
and
not
it's,
happen.
and some people are, are not as like sophisticated with grabbing information, yet. And those people have come under fire. I'm like, oh my God, like I just I think, we do have to have a way of, if we have to bring correction, in this community, because I think that, truth, no matter what, I stand resolute with truth.
Yes.
There is a way to do that. And then, instead of, the way that things have become, it's continuing. And it really makes it hard for people to come in and out of the chats and to sit and to listen and or to read posts, when people are being like that. It
And that's
literally disgusts me. It does. In such a way, because I see the malintent,
of course.
because you can tell by the way someone says something. And I think that to be a bigger person and not make excuses for that's just the way you are, you have to deliver in a way, if you're going to bring correction or you want to communicate, you have to do that respectfully in order for it to hit the mark and to really, you know, um, shall I say, feed the community and be and better the community and our objective as a whole. There should be a better way in delivering information. It's just, I don't know what is going on. It's just insane. And I'm still seeing it. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm in the shadows mostly because I'll do little things. I do a lot of posts, like community posts, but um, I'm really surprised at the way things have become, and it's become something else entirely. And I just wish that, people would just, those
Well,
that are out there rogue would just come
it's
to their
been
senses.
I will say some people are newer to this, but it's been this way, okay? It comes and goes
No,
in
it
phases.
has.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes and goes, and it's been this way on and off for years. I've been through the shit more than once,
Yeah.
back and forth in it, and I'll keep going through it if that's what I have to do to do what we do, but the thing is, you know, like Eddie just said, if he can get attacked, anybody can. Facts are
Yeah.
facts,
Poor
of
Eddie.
all
Like I
people.
felt, oh, that made me so, I get
Exactly.
protective. I can't, I like
Well,
protect people who are vulnerable or innocent. I feel a strong sense of justice. Like that's probably why I'm in this community. Like I feel really like I don't like that kind of stuff.
right, and we avoid that at all costs, and if it will follow you no matter where you go, and it's gonna be it'll be in the I've seen this kinda shit happen in knitting communities, okay? Where they sit and talk about crocheting blankets, you guys. It doesn't matter, drama will find you, period. But
You
see,
know?
we've been through enough of it in this community. I have and I know people hear me say this all the time, and they will argue it. I don't care. I have the
Yeah.
best moderators, the best moderators. They know what to do, how to do it, where to do it, when to do it,
That's
and
it.
we have
Goodbye. Goodbye. It's
right,
that easy.
we have connections with people that if we need to go legal, we will, okay? Um, period. That's just how it works. Unfortunately, sometimes it has to get that way. It's not supposed to, but when it does, we're ready for it. We will be ready for it. You're not going to do this kind of shit. You're not gonna harass people. You're not gonna try to
No.
harm people because you're unhappy or miserable with your pathetic ass life. It just doesn't work that way. Anybody
We're
I don't care
holier
where
than
you're at.
thou. We're all knowing and omniscient and come on, like you're not all knowing. Nobody is all knowing, right? But when you know the truth, you know the truth, and I commend you. Great for you. You worked hard to find the facts and find the truth. But if you're going to bring correction, don't make it a point to just be like calling people out and like you
Well,
know
some people go personal on people, okay, because they don't like their thoughts. Somebody's making a statement, Stay out of the USA's business if you don't live there." Piss off, okay?
yeah,
I
like
cover cases here. I cover cases in the UK. I don't care. I've covered cases in Australia. It doesn't matter. It's about justice. It's not about where you are, where you live. If
that's
you
right.
don't like what that person's saying, maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror and figure out why, okay? I don't think it has anything to do with that person. It's you. Something's wrong with you. Figure you out first and then worry about somebody
Exactly.
else.
Exactly. Probably the same kind of people that if they seen somebody like on the street laid out, and messed up, they would just walk right by. That's why I feel like you don't have any compassion. You don't have any regard for a soul, a human soul, and what they're going through.
That's right.
I that's the way I say it. I get it. My understanding in the years it's taken me to get to this point in my life is not going to be everybody's. And I get that. But wherever I can, when it comes up and I can talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. And it's all over. Like, it's definitely on my page. So I just I want to say that I just want us to stay focused because I really love what we're doing in this community.
Oh
I
yeah,
love it.
we would.
I love that
And that's
Dylan's getting in and Dylan's starting to gain some traction. He's getting some wind beneath his wings. He's getting we're helping, you're helping him. I love that. I love the community. I love community, period. And I love seeing people help each other and lift
yes.
each other up. That's the way it should be. Not like,
That's
oh, my channel's better than your channel, and I got the truth, and you're saying stupid stuff, and like, please,
it
God, you
doesn't
must
work.
hate yourself. I don't know what to think. I really
It
don't.
it doesn't work. That's why we don't play into that. If anything has any kind of drama that it's attached to, I detach from it quickly. When I
That's
covered
good.
the Sebastian Rogers case, I was very, very, very deep into that one because of my own personal beliefs on certain things in my own life. Okay. And I mean, very emotional to me. And when it became a drama circus, I ran from it as fast as I could and got the hell away from it because I don't do that. I'm not going to
Right.
do that to you. Okay. I'm not going to bring this community again. I'll say it again, comes in here because it's a safe space. It will always be a safe space. I've had people that can't have run to this community to get away from other communities because of how they were made to feel in those communities. That's not that's
Absolutely.
that's not okay. All right.
There are people right now that go live a lot and, like you do, and that share information and they do their thing, that are like needing to take a break because of people being about them being harassed. I just find that to be,
It's not okay.
I wish that I could do something about it.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. And this is the only thing I can do is offer this space and this platform. There may be people that don't like it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. There's
Yeah.
many people that don't like me, and that's fine.
Whatever. That's what I say.
I
Listen,
don't think I like me. That's those. I like me. My mother likes me. Most of the people in here like me. Okay. That's what matters to me. Um, and that's that. That's all there is to it. I was raised by an amazing mother and father. I was given the morals and beliefs that I have by them. I carry those on and tried to give those to my children the best I could.
Mhm.
And I continue to live by those morals and beliefs that I have, and that's why I am who I am. It
Mhm.
is what it is. You know what I mean? And I will continue to push positivity as much as I can because that's another problem and the reason why my platform is the way it is there's so much negativity out here. There's too much. We don't need it. So I try
No.
to keep things as positive as I can. Yes, occasionally I do snap out, start swearing, flipping out on people because it's you're going against everything I'm trying to portray in here, and I don't do it. I
And
don't do
sometimes
it.
we get angry. Yeah, sometimes it's, we get righteously indignant about things. And that's, that is warranted. And that's
Right.
okay to feel that way. I the way that you hear me voice my opinion, but have you, since you've been talking with me and I've been joining you, have you ever heard me like verbally tear someone down in a like
No. No.
attack anybody? When we would listen to the interviews, I was even careful about how I was making sure that I was right about how I was saying. I'm like, this person's rogue, like, because they are. I mean, they showed that, they were proud of that, they displayed that, it was on their social media, and so like, but that's not saying, oh, that person, look at her with her little and this that. Then it becomes petty. Then you just kind of lose ground when you start doing stuff like that. And then when you go out of your way to hurt people, to harm them, instead of having conversations with them, a sidebar, maybe, deal with the person in private first. You don't need to go public with them, if they're a part of the
Thank you.
community, right? Right,
Thank
a part
you.
of this community. You don't need to go public and put them out on Front Street. Have a conversation behind bars there and say, hey, you know what?
There
I'm just saying
there's
that for the fun of the crime community behind bars.
there's a
But have the
right way
sidebar.
and a wrong way to do everything, and people choose.
Absolutely.
You make that choice, okay? It's not something you're forced to do. It's not something you have a choice. When you make that choice, you therefore in turn deal with the consequences from that choice. You have the
Absolutely.
ability to make that choice. We do it every day. I do it every day. It is my choice when I decide to snap the fuck out and yell at somebody. Sorry, mother. I keep forgetting you're in here. So
Mother.
excuse my language,
Sorry,
but
Mom.
I have the ability and the choice to say what I say. But
Yeah.
there's a reason why I do it, because it angers me so bad.
Yeah.
The people that come into this community, I truly love and adore these people because they have made me who I am. They have kept me here day after day. They've supported me. My moderators have done the same. They stand up for me on a daily basis. They do what they do because they believe in something just like I do, okay? So
Mhm.
in turn, I'm going to defend the people that I care about just as much as my family, period.
Absolutely.
And this
Well,
is how
that's the thing. Yeah.
that's how I was raised, and that's the way I'm gonna always be no matter what. So it is what it is. So when I do make the choice to swear at somebody or yell at somebody or act like a little bit of an ass about it, yes, my choice, but it's for a good reason. I don't do it on a regular basis. Because I choose again not to be that person on a regular basis. Is all I'm saying.
That's absolutely. And this I'm saying, like somebody mentioned something about losing credibility. It's true. When we get petty and we can be go down that road where we start to lose sight of what we're really here for, and and how you deal with conflict and things like that. Like if that becomes the norm for people, which it is for a lot of people, you lose credibility, you lose ground, you lose authority, and those are things you need in order to succeed and to really reach people with the message that you are working hard to bring, and for the work that you want to see done, right? In this
Yes.
community, it's what we're all, right? So it's like, but people don't think like that. They think because, maybe their platform's more popular, or because they're well liked, or what the case may be, that they can say whatever and do whatever. And then like there will never be any kind of, negative consequence for that, and I'm
Well,
not saying that some people don't need a swift kick in the booty, but I'm saying there are ways to do it and to do it effectively. We just gotta think.
there's a right way and a wrong way to everything.
Right.
I absolutely. And here's the thing: the people that want to judge me and other creators out here, the good creators, I should say, okay, that are doing things for the right reason. We're looking for truth. We're trying to prove certain things that are wrong, and we've been right thus far.
Absolutely.
Have the gall. This is what pisses me off so bad. They have the gall to try to call me and many other people I work with out to the world, when in turn they have no morals themselves because of the way they display themselves to the world in other ways. I'll put it that way, which it's gross, it's dirty, it's disgusting in some ways. You're gonna do those kinds of things, but you're gonna call me out because you don't like my opinion on things that I have proven, that I've
Yeah.
read from court documents. You need to go
Yeah.
get your head checked, princess, is all I'm gonna say. And you
Yeah.
know who I'm talking to. So
Mhm.
that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to
I
go
just
get your
think it's
head checked.
horrible. I think it's horrible, especially with new people coming into the fold, so to speak, and people trying to get startup, or people that have worked hard, and I just it's just, for me, I just don't, and I don't entertain. I happened to see it and I was grieved by it, and I'm just like, this, we got to keep our heads on straight here, because
Yeah,
this is a
100%.
what we look into are some things that carry some weight. It carries dark things, it's not the cases themselves are not pleasant. We're dealing with people who have died, at the hands of maniacs, of or other sort of victim situations and crime. So it's heavy already. So what we need to do is, I think, is just to kind of stay away from the negativity and the drama. That just adds to it, becomes very uncomfortable. And so I think that's the best way to keep our heads on straight. We can still deal with it and be sharpshooters and speak our minds. But when we speak, I think a good thing that we need to do is ask ourselves, do we want to be effective in what we're about to say? Do we want it to land and meet its mark? Then we have to think about the way we're about to deliver it, because it does matter. And that's all I'm going to say.
I agree. I agree. Anything to add to
What do you
that,
think,
Junior?
Dylan? What do you think? What's Dylan think? Dylan, quiet. What's up, Dylan?
I mean, I don't have much to add to that. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
I try to be, now that I am running a channel and doing lives now, I'm much more vigilant on the chat, especially in yours, because I know we share such a close community, and I get them out before they can get in.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Share the love. I'm all about the love. I really am. I'm all about the love. And I care
And
about people deeply, deeply care about souls.
As do
Deeply.
I.
Yeah.
It's just a
So
thing. It's just a thing. You know, I care about people. I love people, and
yeah,
I've said it millions of times. We are all we have out here. Okay, you know, each other. We're all brothers and sisters under the same God in some way. We are all we have, and I don't give a shit if you're black, white, Asian, orange, yellow, purple, blue. If you're
yeah,
gay, straight, LGBTQ, whatever the fuck you are, I don't care.
yeah.
You're
I
a
let
human
people be
being
where
with
they
blood
are.
running
Yep.
through your body and you're breathing oxygen. You're important to me. Period.
That's it. Same thing here. I may not agree. It doesn't matter. I treat you as a soul. Always will.
Yes.
And yeah, people have allowed to have your opinions. Everybody's got opinions. Everybody's got opinions. Sometimes there's things that maybe we get wrong, like I said, and then we need to change. Okay, that wasn't a fact. Oh, I thought that was that. Okay. But again, when it comes to information share, we should be
Thank you,
respectful.
Palmer.
It costs you nothing to be respectful. If you got something to share and you can back it up that's what the fact is or that's the truth, then it costs you nothing to be respectful. That's all.
That's it. And being nice doesn't
Don't
cost
take it
a cent.
personal. Yeah, don't take it personal. It's not about you. It's not.
Right.
It's
Thank
really
you.
not.
Thank you so much, Palmer. Appreciate that very much. I don't know if I missed any. I hope I didn't.
But that's
Miss
all I was gonna say.
Wanda, a few of you guys, thank you very much. And just because of that, I think Manny appreciates it very much as well. You can't forget about him. Thank you
Anyhow.
again.
Yay.
I noticed we're talking about multiple things within the chat and on panel, multiple situations that have happened. Of course, we're going to speak on one of the other situations. Of course, we're going to protect our own people in here. As Eddie, we all know Eddie is a very important part of this community and family. He has been from day one of this case. Of course, I'm going to protect him in any way I can, support him, and do the work that we have to do to prove things if we need to at times.
That's
Which
it.
is why that was done, and I will do it again and again and again and again. Period.
And that's why,
It's not just
my
him.
integrity is everything. It really is.
Yeah, and
Integrity is everything.
it's not just him. UK Claire has been being harassed. I will support, protect, and stand up for her. That's why that person got yelled at earlier. Not to call you out, Claire. I'm sorry. I'm just pointing things out. And I will do that for other creators as well. I've done it with Jules. I will do it with Dylan. Anybody, guys. I'm gonna do it. Period. No matter what. If you're part of me and what we do here, you're gonna have me behind you and next to you. End of story. So
And the thing is that you got to feel safe. Like, people want to feel safe in these communities, voicing their opinions and their thoughts. That's why we have these communities.
absolutely, and that's what it's
So
all about. That's the problem with society nowadays. There is no more community that it's I hate you, I hate this, I hate that.
yeah,
This is bad, that's bad, this is bad, that was bad. No, it doesn't have to be that way. You're choosing to make it that way by doing the things that people do. We choose to keep it the other way, and that is the way it will stay. Period. As long as I have
absolutely.
anything to do with this, as long as I have a platform out here, I will push and push and push for that to be that way, no matter what. Whether people agree or disagree, I don't care. I don't care, and I'm not going to. I care about the important things and the important people, which is all of you, and then some. So that's just how it is, without a doubt. So
Yeah, and here's one more thing I'm going to say about it, since you said that, it made me think of something. I don't care what somebody's done in their past. It's who they are right now. All right. And, we've all said and done things we're not proud of. We shouldn't be held to our pasts.
no,
And,
of course.
and if we've overcome that past and we become somebody different, then that's who should be honored. And that's one thing also. And I really love this. This is one of the communities I really love. I participate in one other community, only 2 out of all of them. Besides, well, 3 now, because I like Dylan's now, so I show up for Dylan as I type it out.
His head's big enough. Don't make it any bigger.
So
It's getting hard to get through the door.
Yeah, stop it. So, I just think that, I feel safe, and and comfortable with,
That's
and
what I want.
welcomed. And that's what I feel that here and those other two places, so,
That's what we
that's, I
strive
think, where
for.
you'll get more people involved and more people, to participate and become a part of that community.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we strive for. That's the
Yeah.
whole goal. When I
So thank
step
you for
in and
that.
sit down at this seat and turn this microphone on, that is my goal every single day. And if it doesn't go that way, you can ask my moderators. It really does affect me. It does. It bothers me. It hurts me in some ways, I guess, not to sound overly dramatic, but it does because
Yeah.
I stew on it. I think on it. It bothers me because I do work very hard, not me alone, with this crew of people that I have behind me that are so amazing to keep this way. It's not easy, Tomboy and Tandy and Flutie and Bubbles, Roe, all of these people, Cassie, everybody, Dylan is part of it. Yeah, Kim from Typically Unique, Mikey, we all work, believe it or not, it may not look like it, but we all work very hard to keep things a certain type of way in here. And when
Mhm.
something goes just even a tin sideways, we jump on it fast because it doesn't take long for it to go all the way sideways, and that is not something that will happen. Um,
Right.
so it's not that simple, folks. It may look like it from the outside. When you get back here, it's not. This is very hard. It is very hard to control a situation like this with so many people involved. I mean, people are people, guys. We all know this, okay? Good, bad, whatever they are, they're still people. They're hard. People have their own minds. They do their own things. They don't like to be controlled, but in some senses, you have to control the situation. And if you
No,
don't,
you
it
got it.
will blow up and be so much worse, you know, and so much harder to hold down if you don't keep good control over it. So
It's
that's
true.
why we do what we do, and that's why I have the meetings with them constantly, that we stay very close and we have conversations regularly so that we know, what's going on, why it's going on, when, where, how, and what we need to do to hold on to that. That's why I have certain
Absolutely.
people in certain positions because they know what they're doing, how to do it, and why they're doing it. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what this is all about. And then seeing other people, now that I've started to watch more that are like connected that you've had, like Typically Unique and Bronx Tale and all that, which I've seen Bronx Tale before. I've watched her before. I like her as well. Um, but there aren't too many that are, I find to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that make you feel uncomfortable, but also offer
yeah,
the right kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good. And I'm glad. So thank you that you maintain that order
I
and
I
the
appreciate that.
kindness that you do. And, and all the other creators out there that are like that. And, of course, already know Dylan's
That
teddy
that
bear.
that part's not hard, though. I'll tell you right now, that part, maintaining the kindness and the positivities, that's the easiest part. It is. The
Yeah.
other stuff in the background side of it and the things that the Blue Crew does and all that, that's the hard part because understand something. These people don't receive a paycheck, okay? They come in here out of the goodness of their hearts
Hmm.
because they believe in the same things we all do, and they support us the way they do to do this because they want to. This isn't something they have to do. They're not forced. I don't have them chained to the radiator back there, okay? They do all of this because they choose to do it and because they wanna do it. They don't get
Right.
big money for this, none of that kind of stuff you get, which blows my mind on a regular basis that they do what they do, and they do such a great job at it, okay?
I agree.
That is what blows me away. That is what is the most amazing thing to me with all of
And I
this
love that they
because
jump from channel to channel too. Like within,
right.
like they support, you know what I mean? Within the,
There's quite a few that do run and through
yeah.
multiple channels,
And I'll
I
see them
agree.
in another chat. I'm like, oh my God, there you are. Like Bianca Jane's one of them. I run into her. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, hey.
yes, Miss Bianca's amazing as well.
Yeah. She's one of them that I just recall that I see a lot. But yeah, so I think that's good. And that helps us, to achieve what we need to achieve. And I don't
Agreed.
want to see your blood pressure go up. So, uh, you know, I know
Right,
this can
right.
be hard sometimes.
It is, it's stressful, but it's worth it. It is well worth every moment that I spend here because I get to spend it with all of you, and we get to do what we do together, and that's what the most
Mm.
important part is. Oh,
Amen. And the church said, Amen.
yes. Um,
But anyhow,
but go moving forward with this. I do have a video I wanted to review now that we've discussed all that other stuff from last night, which I think is very important to know and understand how
it was
real and
great last
serious
night,
that
by the
was.
way. It
Yeah,
was a good
I'm
live.
really grateful that Kim facilitated that. I'm again super grateful to Connor and Accomplished Dave for putting that out there and letting us know, and just helping us to justify our thoughts and feelings on everything we've looked into at this point. So,
Kudos. I'm glad to see them. I was really happy as well to see Connor and
and
Accomplished Day up there.
it's also given us that doorway to open back up something that we've been looking at regardless, you know, that it, how can I say that we've known what it is. We've been told we were wrong. Well, we're not, folks. There's obviously
Mhm.
something going that was wrong that night. Something went on with Ethan, around that whole scenario. And now we can
Mhm.
keep going forward looking into that even more, in my opinion. And we will. We definitely will. So I'm
Absolutely.
grateful for that. Thank you, Miss Kawanda, very much.
Kawanda! I like saying it because her name, especially with her name, with the A's, extra A's. Kawanda!
I've already stated that, Kawanda, many times. That was her choice, not yours. Had nothing to do with you. That's complete. Thank you for the super chat, but she completely made that choice on her own. There was no separation. There was no. I wasn't being disloyal or none of that. I spoke to both sides of the fence on that. You being in the chat, her being on the panel. She made the choice she did. I didn't force that. It's just a choice that was made. I can't control what people think or feel. Um,
Mhm.
so it had nothing to do with me, you, or anybody. That was her choice, and I don't hold regret towards her for doing it. I respect people's choices when they make them, but that's all it was. Nothing more, nothing less. Um, I am loyal to everybody that's loyal to me.
Mhm.
I did not ask anybody to leave or to go away and never come back. That was something she chose to do. So, and you're still here. So take it how you will. That's the
Yeah.
best way to put it. That's all I can say. And thank you again. I appreciate your statement and your super chat, of course, very much. Um, no worries at all. No worries at all. And anybody that does believe that, I'm sorry that you do, but you are very highly misinformed. I'll just put it that way.
And the truth's out there. So how you receive it is not, I always
There
say
is-
this, it's our job, really a responsibility to be truthful, and, I believe kind and all that too, but to be truthful. And as long as you're doing it in a defendable way, I'm going to say that because there's a way to deliver it that's wrong,
Oh, of course.
that you should be, that, how people perceive or receive that truth is on them, not you.
Everybody has their own perception. That is correct.
That's it. That's it. Release it. How that goes has nothing to do with you at that point.
1,000,000%. Yes, ma'am. That is a fact. So you see things how they are, guys. I can't control people's perception or their feelings or why they do what they do. All I can do is respect it because that's all I've ever done. Whether it's right or wrong, that's your choice.
Right.
But we see what it is. Nobody was forced to do anything. I'll just put it that way. And like
Mhm.
I said, Kawanda's still here. Miss Potts isn't. That was her choice.
Yeah.
And I respect
That
her
was her
feelings.
choice.
I'll
Yeah.
say that much, and that's that. But
That's all.
nobody's a bad person for doing it either way, in my opinion. Kawanda chose to be here,
Absolutely.
and he chose to leave, and I respect both of those. That's been dealt with, split, done. There's no hard feelings that I can see from either side of anything. I don't. Kawanda doesn't hold a grudge. I don't think Annie does either. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for that, but I'm just saying we've moved on past it, and
That's good.
everybody's doing what they're doing, and everybody's happy
That's
in their position. That's it. Nobody should be treated any type of way because of it. I'll say that. That is
That's right.
something I will say.
That's the
Um,
best thing to do. Move on from it. Talk about it. Have the difficult conversation.
We try to talk
amends.
things out, but that's that. But
Let it go. Yep. I agree.
so, real quick, I want to thank Sleuthy for dropping 20 memberships again here in the
Wow.
sauce. It looks like said Stan, Jenny 33.
Thank you, Sleuthy.
Miss Molly, the one and only Miss Mert, Skilla, Lori Kowalowski, I think it is. I'm saying, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Superman Hatter, Whitney Rig, Whitney Trigwell. Sorry, guys, I need the glasses. Haley Marcello, Penny 427, Jennifer Adav. I'm sorry. Hypnotizen, I think. Just so Thenis. I can read, guys. Some of these names are hard to say. Oh, wait a minute, they jumped. Ryder Alexander, Hot Ham Radio, Bluebird, Bluebird. I'll Chappy, My Backstep, Dusty Day, Otter 68. Hang on. I think I got everybody. I did. Congratulations. Welcome to the sauce. 22 new meatballs jumping in the sauce today.
Sweet.
Very awesome. Thank you again, Sleuthy, for always being so amazing and generous. God bless, hon. And much love to you for that. Very much appreciated.
That's
Michelle
awesome.
F. dropping another super chat, hitting 4 out of our goal, towards our goal today, 4 out of 5. We're almost there to getting that confetti. Thank you so much, Michelle. Always a sweetheart. Very much, always generous and very much appreciated. So thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for that. I guess we deserve Manny to come on back out here for those as well.
Bring the meatball. Bring the meatball.
Manny the dancing meatball. Yeah, we're gonna have to ask Candy to stop again on our way home to pick up a couple pots. We're getting a lot of new meatballs jumping in here.
We're gonna
Super
have a couple
excited.
pots going.
Yes, super excited about it, and that's all good because I have plenty of room. It sounds like we got. But
No
here's the
ding dong
door.
ditch over here.
Right.
Sleepy.
Welcome, Sweet Pea. How are you?
Hi, how is everybody? I'm good.
Good, guys. Please make sure to drop Dylan's link, if you will, please, and thank you. Thank you, Michelle, again for that one. It should be rolling up to number 5, I think, pretty soon. And if we have links, do you have a channel? Realize
I do have this channel. You need me to put the link in?
If we have
Yeah.
a link, well, one of the mods will have to, because you can't put things in chat unless you're a moderator.
Oh.
But if you guys can find, because somebody requested the people on panel to get their links, so if we can find Realize Analyze channel link, please put that in the chat as well. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thank you, Bubs. There's Dylan's right there for those of you that don't have it. Please make sure to subscribe, and if we can find Realize Analyze channel link, to drop that as well for that person. Thank you very much. And thank you, Bubbles, for the jewels as well. Very much appreciated, dear.
Do you want me to put the link in did they get it, or you want me to put the link in the chat here, in our chat?
Put it in the back chat, and I can put it in.
Yeah, that's what I mean, back chat.
Yeah, you could do that. And I saw that you had dropped Dylan's link. I was just talking about Realize.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, if you put it in the chat, Dylan can drop it. All right. Thank you, guys. So this next up, I
was just going to say, he threw the wrench at me, and I still can't get it out of my head.
Mm-hmm. It is. Take care, Mom. Thank you for joining us. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day,
If you can dodge a
mother.
wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
Apparently, I cannot dodge a wrench.
Thank you, Sleuthy. Sleuthy just put it in chat. There it is right there for those of you that
Thank
asked
you.
for it.
Thank you so much, Sleuthy.
All right, guys. Let's check out this video. Again, love you, Mother. Take care. Thank you for stopping by today. Appreciate you very much. All right, on we go. So again, I always like to share these videos and review these when they drop them. Another interesting video dropped by Idaho 4 Revealed. I definitely want to review with you guys and break this down. And thank you all for being here for it. Again, the link for that channel, Idaho 4 Revealed, is in the chat. Please make sure to subscribe. I'm telling you what, some of their stuff is very, I call it artsy and very.
I love it. Whenever I see a
Sometimes
drop from
people
them, I'm
don't.
like, ooh.
Yeah, sometimes people don't understand it. You got to kind of read between the lines, but they do amazing videos. They really do.
agreed.
And they make very good points, guys. They do. So here we go. I have to agree. This one's very interesting, and yes, what Sammy says is very telling. I think so too. It is very much so. I think they want you to pay attention to who's looking at who's standing by who's touching who, what they're doing, maybe some things handed off to people, stuff like that is what I think they want you to be seeing. And then read the messages they're throwing at the bottom down here. That
Yeah,
kind of helps.
she directs a little bit there, and
Yeah, it kind of helps a little bit. I know the blurs are hard. I understand. And that's the best they could do because you can't really clean this up.
yeah,
But
unfortunately.
Yeah, like we're looking like because Kaylee keeps looking like towards the door, like almost like she's waiting for somebody.
and
Or
Adam is sitting in the chair at the door. He was the
oh, is
bouncer
that where
that night.
Adam's at? Oh,
Yeah.
He's by the door. Yeah, he's by the
Yeah.
door. He's got a navy blue t-shirt on.
so yeah, she
So-
keeps looking over that way, but I don't know if she's looking at him or waiting for someone. It's hard.
Well, think about something. It's kind of interesting. Adam's the bouncer. He's sitting by the door.
Mm-hmm.
I guess security. Now, let's also remember, Maddie, what did you say to Adam? I
Yep.
told Adam everything. It makes you wonder if that plays into that at all, is all I'm saying.
Oh, I think it does. I mean, it sounds. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes it. It's very logical, is what I should say. It's very logical, and or that the guy at the front knows where to send people if they need to get a hookup.
Yeah. And that's once we go through this, we should have the time. We're going to kind of review it and people are going to ask questions and discuss things in here because I think that's important. That's the whole point why we do this. But again, just watch it closely because things happen. They point things out without even realizing sometimes or without us realizing what they're pointing out. So that's the point in it. That's another important part. There's missing footage from this, okay? Which I'm going to guess is probably on that damn Synology drive. And why is it missing? Well, gee, I wonder.
I didn't
Okay,
realize
all right,
this was
Dylan.
missing too. I didn't realize that. Like,
Oh yeah, there's
we're
an hour and a
missing-
half
is
worth
it
of
the same
missing
amount
footage.
of time? Is that the same time that we're missing on the other one, or is that like the next hour? I can't remember.
No, it's from like 11 to 1:15, I think. or
Okay.
something like that. And you got to
That's-
wonder why it's missing.
There's no reason for that. I didn't realize there was missing time. That's wild.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I heard that a long time back, but it makes me wonder now that I know about this other drive, if they have that footage on the Synology drive, and if it is, what are they hiding within that footage? Very interesting.
And my purpose is to keep on dreaming.
Yeah, I was told. I thought we talked about that. I was told that footage was missing when we first got this footage. That there was a whole hour and a half that we have not seen, which part of it might be when they threw Cole Berenberg out or not. Yeah, that and something else happened, but that could be part of what's missing. Welcome, Karen David. Or other things, but there's reasons why they hide things from us. I've come to that conclusion. And I think very likely it's possible that footage is on that drive, and there's a reason why we're not seeing it. Is all I'm going to say. There were no police in there that we knew of, Karen. One of the people that was in this bar was confused with Chief Fry. He was one of the owners. There's no police officers that we know of. There could have been, but don't forget something else too. Here's a thought: if you believe in what Dave said in his interview, that there were FBI agents scattered all throughout the campus, throughout people. Maybe there was some in here too that night. You just got to wonder. I'll just say that. But as far as knowing the police were in here, no, we don't know.
You and myself.
I guess we don't know who that was that Maddie was talking to that hopped over. That was from behind the bar.
Not for sure. Thank you for that. In my mind's eye, I can't tell who received it. Whoever did, welcome to the sauce. Very much appreciated in my mind's eye. Thank you again.
Oh, the bartender.
There you go. After ignoring Madison, Madison strikes conversation with the bartender until Kaylee notices, and once more Kaylee seemingly worries about what Maddie might be saying. And so watch how Kaylee swoops in and dominates conversation. See, this is why this is important.
Not so serious when we're 17. Sloshing around through streams in the towns, the hearts on our sleeves. Always delirious when we're 17. Lolita and Howl spilling from our mouths and blooming at our feet. To beat our red and purple dreams with a heart of 17. Drinking.
Yeah, she moved over there pretty quick and jumps right into conversation with Maddie. So they're saying that it seemed as though Kaylee seemed to be kind of worried about what Maddie was talking about that night.
I was out of your league, and you were 20,000 underneath the sea, waving affections. You were out of my league, at a distance that I didn't wanna see, down to the bottom. I wanted a junction, and often there was one. You'd surface face first, and we'd share thought bubbles. And I still believe in the phrases that we breathed, but I know the distance isn't fair to cross. I was out of your league, and you were 20,000 underneath the sea, waving affections. You were out of my league, at a distance that I didn't wanna see. Wanted you nearer. Your depths made a pressure that punctured my works, and all your fluids couldn't tolerate the force of my thirst. I love the place where we shared our tiny grace, but just because it's real don't mean it's gonna work. I was out of your league, and you were 20,000 underneath the sea, waving affections. You were out of my league, at a distance that I didn't wanna see. Wanted you nearer, and true affection floats. True affection sinks like a stone. I never.
That's an understatement.
Young woman, share your fire with me. My heart is cold, my soul is free. I am a stranger in your land, wonder man, call me Sam.
Oh, sir, my fire is very small. It will not warm thy heart at all. But thee may take me by the hand. Hold me, and I'll call thee Sand.
Young woman, share your fire with me. My heart is cold, my soul is free. I am a stranger in your land, wandering, call me Sam.
At night, when stars light up my sky, oh, sir.
Yeah, the music is hard to take sometimes. I'll pause it here. 120, Showalter arrives. Madison seems relieved. Kaylee looks irritated. At 120:49, the nearby couple meaningfully make a toast to something that only they know. Interesting.
my niece called, and she was very frantic, and she was asking me if I had talked to Kaylee, and I was like, yeah, I had just talked to Kaylee the night before. I mean, this is around 1:30ish.
She definitely seems very intently in her phone a lot this night.
To me, she's very uncomfortable. And I
I
think she's
agree.
just trying to make the most of that atmosphere.
She seems like a third wheel in some ways. You know what I mean?
I made a comment in the comment section on that video too, about it, and basically in a roundabout way just said that just like how it happened at the grub truck, it's very obvious that when they went in there, it's like there was only a couple people that they approached or approached them, and it seemed like they were strangers amongst strangers. And I said that, when I was like that age, me and my friend, we would go into a bar and we would only act like that, like stay real close to each other and kind of talk amongst each other when we felt uncomfortable or we didn't know anybody. That's when we would usually do that. But if we were in a room with people we knew, and there are different groups of people we went to school with there, which has happened, we would go to those groups. We'd, take time talking to each one. So it's to me, to my eye, it's obvious that they're being alienated. And she feels it. That's how it's come across to me. She's noticing it. She's observing it.
Oh yeah, with this guy that was just sitting there watching.
Yeah, she wanted to be out of there like yesterday. But
Yeah,
Maddie,
and my curiosity is, this is
that's Lauda.
this is Adam Lauda. This is the owner. This is not Chief Fry. Everybody thought this is Jack Showalter. This guy here, a lot of people said was just kind of like standing in the area, not moving, not doing much. looking at everything. This is Maddie and Kaylee with Jack Decor.
There you go.
Right
He had
by
his
the back
jacket
door
on. I
there.
see Adam. Adam has his jacket on there. So yeah.
Yeah.
But he's by the door the whole time because that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to man the door. I don't know if they have to do a cover charge or something, but
Yeah. He was
probably
the
why he's there.
bouncer. He was running security that night.
He was? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they have the timestamp circled, guys. November 13th at 1:32 a.m. is what's circled here.
And didn't Jack D, just for the record, say that he was asleep by that?
He definitely had the timing off for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I was in bed asleep. I'm like, no, you weren't, sir. We've seen
Something
you.
with the time was way off. That's what I wondered, Palmer. Could this guy be one of
That
the
guy.
agents with the FBI, possibly? That
It
was the
could be.
point that I was making. Because we said that they were intermingled with people. Could he be somebody that is watching for specific things? We don't know, but he's there. I'll just put it that way. She looks really uncomfortable here. Really uncomfortable.
I know. It's like, what is she? It's almost like she's really thinking. She's thinking hard about something, like something's supposed to be happening or something.
And she keeps looking over here.
Yes.
Okay. She looks uncomfortable. Both of her hands in her hoodie pockets. She just looks uncomfortable.
And she just kept on pushing her
She's
hair
looking
up.
over her shoulder. That's the definition of looking over your shoulder, for
Right.
sure. And she seems like she's looking towards the door.
Yeah.
Like somebody to come in or something.
Either the door or somebody that's over here.
Right. Or Adam, which I think most likely to be Adam. And this is what when I was looking at that, I was thinking to myself, when they left there, because it looked like she got a message in between. And like right after she was looking at her phone, it appeared to be like a text message type situation. It's like she kept looking in that direction the whole time after that. And then I'm thinking, was something said to her, that alerted her that something got back to Adam? And then that's why when they were walking down the street, she was like, Maddie, what did you say to Adam? So I'm thinking something happened in there. Like that's what we're witnessing.
Yeah. Jack Decor is sitting over here. Adam's over in this corner here. He was. And they're standing over here. And she looks over here a lot after being in and out of her phone. I don't know if it's Jack that was texting her, if it was Mason that was texting her, or somebody else altogether. But she looks very... The one thing I always noticed about this is the look on her face, the way she's standing. She just seems really, really very highly uncomfortable.
Alert.
She's not chilling like everyone else. Like everyone else is very relaxed and she's not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's alert. She's alert.
Yeah, and I think Maddie is not like in that mix because Maddie's like, she's pretty wasted. We know that. And she's having these conversations and stuff. Kaylee does not seem to be anywhere near as drunk as
not
she
at
seems
all.
very, very like observant of what's going on around her, and that's what she seems to be doing. So it makes you wonder at this point what was in that phone, what's going on, what was said to her, whatever. So
we need that dang phone.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need the phone really bad.
I think that's why we haven't gotten the phone. I don't know that
I agree.
believe that they can't get in it. I feel like I feel
I
like
agree.
that's just
There's stuff in that phone that would probably give us the answer to everything we want.
most definitely. And because
Well,
look at her
it's-
body language. Her body language looks like to me like she's hyper vigilant right now
And-
because she's paying attention to what's going on. Like she's disturbed.
And on her way to the grub truck, if she's like nailed into that phone again, that's when she says, "What did you say to Adam?" Well, I told him everything, and they just keep on going. Then they get to the grub truck. She seems to relax a little bit. Well, she's taking a selfie or whatever, but she's still in her phone a lot. So I would really love to know who she was talking to, what was being said or sent to her, shown to her, whatever. I'm really interested, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that message for sure.
Yeah.
So where's the front door in this? I'm sorry.
Well, there's two doors. There's a door here.
Okay, is that where Adam's at?
There's another door over here. Yeah.
Okay, which one's Adam at? Left or right?
I think he was at the back door
Okay. And Jack.
because
Now,
of
where
where the
they-
bar is at. That's just from my understanding, what I saw before.
Isn't that like the bar that where they're at right there at the other end of the bar? It looks like they were over the counter talking. Is that Adam there behind the counter, like right in front of us, or is that the opposite end? Because it looked the way I thought it was, he was
It's
on
hard
the
to
opposite
tell.
side.
It's hard to tell. Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, maybe we want to play out something clearer.
I almost wonder if somebody, because I still think something pretty serious was going on around Ethan that night. I almost wonder if somebody was saying things to her about Ethan and this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and she wasn't really paying attention to it, thinking they were just idle threats or something. If that, that's a possibility, is what I'm saying.
And I noticed that Showalter hangs out with them a lot, and he acts like he doesn't even know them.
Well, he knows Maddie, but he never claimed to know. He said he even said her name wrong, I think, on purpose, like he doesn't know her at all.
Yeah.
With Kaylee, even though he spent
Yeah,
a good
this is weird.
period of time talking to her when Maddie was off and doing something else at some point.
It's bizarre.
$126.40 watch for what appears to be signaling between Adam, the plaid girl, pointing towards Kaylee.
For some reason, I always thought she was either maybe aggravated with Mason or aggravated with Jack. But it could be, that's just always what I assumed. But it seems like it could be, they might be communicating with each other through the phone, and that's why she keeps looking for whatever they're up to.
Right. I think they're referring to this girl here.
I couldn't tell because there's somebody in the back wearing plaid too. But I'm assuming.
I think that's a guy.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Again, I wonder if any of this has anything to do with Mason. Hey, Kaylee, turn and look.
I wonder who that tall guy is there in the white Idaho sweatshirt that Maddie's chatting up.
Isn't that Jack?
That's Jack Showalter, I think.
Yeah.
Is that Jack?
Yeah, he just has his jacket off.
Yeah, that's why I was like, he's awfully close. Like, they're talking a lot for, I mean, just casually hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now they're saying man 3 enters the restroom at 127.
Maddie was so sloshed. She was feeling
Yeah,
her oats that
he
night.
was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I would do anything in the world right now to see her phone. I'm telling you, I think her phone has probably eh, all the answers we would probably need to figure this out on our own. Yeah, Kaylee is definitely babysitting Maddie. I'll say that. And it's probably something she always did though. I think I've actually heard this before too. What I always wanted to know is why is Maddie well, wait, why is Maddie covering her mouth like that? Did you see that? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's trying not to. Yeah, she's saying something she shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. Or she's shocked about something. One
Or
of the
she's
two.
shocked about something. Yeah.
And Maddie was really, really bad out of it that night. Like a lot of people stated they have never seen her like that. So I wonder, unless she just drank a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, guys, this is from Idaho for Revealed. I think I dropped their link. I'm going to do it again. If you want to go watch this, please do. I think it's important. It may need to be watched more than once to understand completely. Gotcha. Oh, another selfie. With show out there. No, Kane, I don't think we were given the full talk results. That's been my opinion since I saw them, and even more so now, learning other things. I think we were given partial talk results. That's what I think.
for better or worse, we seen the very last moments all the way. It's like it was like a camera was following them around. Like
It was, yeah.
Pretty interesting. I wish it wasn't blurred. I think it'd be a lot easier to see it. Maybe see some other things if it wasn't, but they have purposely blurred it, I think, to ensure that we don't.
It was an interesting video, though.
They always are. Every one of their videos are like that.
I like their videos a lot.
Yeah. So, any thoughts, you two, on anything you saw, felt, thought, any of it? Yeah, I got it, Debs. They usually are. I fix it, flip it somehow if I have to. But yeah, they are a lot of times. Any thoughts though on anything?
Besides the fact that it makes me wonder, like, how important all of this interaction was and how relevant it was to their murders, because everything here seems it's not organic. There's something going on, and it's very obvious. So how could it not have anything to do with what happened?
Agreed. Good point.
Yeah, I think it's relative, especially since, we don't have too much information from there.
All right. Something I almost feel positive, like something went on in the bar that night, or something surrounding that led to something that went on that night with this as well.
For sure.
Or Jack was
Quick timestamp to take a look at, to point something out if I have time. Of course I do. That's why we're here. Thank you, Eddie.
Like I said earlier, she just looked like, they went in, they looked how it felt for me from my own experiences. I'm trying to relate to it. So, is that if I walked into a place that, I wasn't super comfortable in, or didn't recognize people that I knew, I would usually, back then, I would move closer to the person I was with and kind of just stay in conversation with them. But if I saw people, like, especially upon walking in, and that's a spot that they frequent in, so you would know people right away. Look, Lauda's at the door,
Yeah, I don't think she's looking. I don't think she's looking because there's people around that she doesn't know, and that's why she's uncomfortable. She's uncomfortable with whatever's happening on her phone.
That's it. That's exactly my point.
But that also could be somebody within the bar that is causing that uncomfort.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I said, I always kind of thought that she was maybe texting Jack while he was in there. Like he's like, why are you here? Are you meeting anybody or something like that? I don't know. She just looks irritated or something.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's definitely because you don't know nobody. That's
Don't
exactly
forget
my point. Yeah.
what Bloom put in his book, stating that she very, very much made it known that her and Jack were not together that night. They were in the bar with everybody she talked to.
So that makes me wonder if he was bothering her.
Well, it's a good point. It's a good point.
Who knows what was said? You just see, like, looking at Maddie and how she's interacting with him.
Maddie is like having the time of her life by herself. She's just doing her own thing.
Yeah.
She is cool. It's Kaylee she's distracted.
Yeah. And you could definitely see that she's more relaxed. Maddie's, like you said, in her own world. Kaylee is hypervigilant. Like, she's looking around, especially after that, especially notable after whatever was seen on her phone.
Yeah, and Sammy's saying that at this point here, she's very intently looking at her phone, whether she's seeing a video, a photo, or reading something. She's looking at something really hardcore here. and then she seems to get unnerved a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what Sammy's pointing out. I agree. There's something that made her nervous. I truly do believe that. Now,
For
I don't know if it was what was in her phone or if it was something else, but there's definitely something that she seems to get nervous. Look, she definitely has a nervous look to her.
It's like she couldn't wait to tell Maddie. Like she gave Maddie some time because Maddie was talking and doing her thing. But towards the end, you just see her, come on, let's go. And then they start walking towards the door. But yeah, there's definitely
Right.
obvious
Thank
body
you, Bubble.
language there.
And again, thank you to anybody that chooses to support us with these links, PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, guys. Very much appreciated. Of course, never expected, as always. Anything that is donated to these links, guys, is helping us, my family, towards our move to our new home. We have a bit of an amount we need to come up with to be able to close on this house and get it done. And all of this that comes towards this, if any at all does, will be going towards that and that alone to be able to help us to close so we can move. So thank you again for anybody that's done it previous and anybody that will do it going forward. Again, from my whole family, from our hearts, it is very much appreciated by all means. So thank you again. But yeah, this is an intense stare. Okay. Like she's really involved in something in her phone. And like I said, then shortly thereafter, she seems to look unnerved. Like she gets a little weirded out, it looks like. The look on her face, let alone like her hand movements, body language, stuff like that. It does seem to be something that may have upset her.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
at least made her nervous.
She didn't look like she was enjoying herself, I'll tell you that.
No, and then the other thing is she looks around the bar too, which is something else I thought was interesting. Like she's looking for somebody specifically.
Yeah.
Or she's looking, I know, that's why, I don't know. It's like how she looks at, that's what I was thinking. That's how she was at the grub truck. That's exactly what I was about to say.
She was too, yeah.
A lot. And I actually commended her for that because I'm like, well, maybe she's just, because like I'm like that, but I'm like a cautious person, like I like to know what's around me and know where the exits are and things like that. But so I kind of thought maybe she was just being like really aware, but with this other context, it does look different.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the grub truck, for sure. What they were incurring at the grub truck, the people's body language, their body language was the same.
I don't know for sure, Rogue. That's a good question. I think this one here is the one that the Corner Club released. If it is, yeah, is what they're saying. It says the photo depicts a rather disinterested Kaylee who's passively there for Maddie's sake. Like Maddie's the one talking to that Jack. Jack has a bit of a grin on his face, and Kaylee's just kind of standing there like, okay, I don't want to be here.
Still distracted, like she's still doing whatever she's there for or something.
Right. Yeah,
sure.
see, this is all like an uncomfortable thing to me. It looks like.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to be here thing, maybe. I don't know. It's interesting for sure. I'm gonna go through this again myself and just pick it apart the best I can. If I come up with anything else, of course I will most likely show it to you again. Very interesting, though.
Indeed.
Senor's in the house. The stance in that photo is like she's confronting. Yeah, that's exactly what I always thought too, Senor. That Maddie was like yelling at Decor, the way she's standing there. And then in the video, we see her kind of getting in his face or something. And then Kaylee comes back and drags her out of the bar. Well, them two being best friends, maybe she's saying, hey, my friend isn't into you. She don't want you no more. Leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. You know what I mean? And Kaylee's just kind of like, oh my God, enough is enough. Like, let it go. Come on, let's go. She does seem to definitely be babysitting Maddie that night, though, a lot.
Yeah.
Again, none of this is all absolute speculation, folks. Unfortunately, we don't know. I'm telling you though, if these heads, if their faces weren't blurred, I think we could read their faces and read the room better if we were able to see their faces, which is why I do truly believe that they know that we know most of the people in these that are in this bar. We could name off a lot of them. So hiding them doesn't do any good. I think they're hiding them because they know we could read the room based on their faces and things being said. And a lot of people can read lips. A lot of people can see things based on people's expression. So, and body language. That's why I think they're all blurred. Has nothing to do with privacy. Because I think we would absolutely figure some things out if this was on completely unblurred. That's all I'm saying. So, anyway, anything else that either one of you two would like to address or speak to before we head out of here?
No, I'm good.
I'm good. That's about it.
Talked about quite a bit today. We learned, reviewed last night's info, which was big. I think this video by Idaho 4 Revealed is really interesting as well. That, like I said, enough for me to go back and watch it probably 5 or 6 more times my way. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Good show today. Very interesting show. I think
I say
we have
so.
a little bit of justification based on accomplished and Connor's info released last night. Again, don't forget, you guys, 9:30 p.m. tonight on the Last 24. We'll be joined tonight. Myself, I will be there with Mike, as well as Joff from Truth and Neurons, Miss Jules. I'm excited, and of course, Miss Logan. Plenty to talk about, I'm sure, and break down as more information has been released and more to go towards. So I am super excited for that. I'd love to see you guys all there tonight. Please make sure to be there if you can. Uh, if we can drop Mike's link in here, guys, just to make sure everybody has it, that would be awesome. Oh, wait, do I have any moderators in here? Don't see any. Okay, then I will do it. Or no, Bubbles was in here, right there. Yeah, if we can drop Mikey's link in here, please. For anybody that hasn't subscribed to the Last 24 yet, please do it if you will. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Dylan Hildreth over at Hildreth Investigates and Reacts, as well as Miss Logan from Bronx Tales, Kim with Typically Unique, Truth and Neurons, and of course, Miss Jules. Batshit Crazy, thank you for being here. And Miss Sammy as well. Thank you, SRB. Excited about tonight's show. Really, I am. I can't wait to have you guys there. Thank you, SRB. There it is.
You said Jules will be on there too, right?
It's going to be myself, Mike, of course, Jules, Logan, and Joff from Truth and Neurons. It's to be a great show.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yes. Absolutely.
Sounds like it's gonna be good.
Yes, it will. It's always good, but it's going to be extra good tonight because I can't wait to pick Jules' brain, for one, about this information we found out about last night. I really can't. So,
Yeah,
well, Miss Logan will be joining us. I guess Bronxy's having some issues again, so it'll just be all the rest of us. So keep your fingers crossed for Bronx.
Cool.
Either way.
Be tuning in. You're broadcasting it from your channel, right?
No. It's
Whose
gonna
channel?
be. I'm just joining Mike over there, so make sure you guys
join us. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry if I missed that because like I'm multitasking. So I was.
No, we don't always do the dual streaming thing. Sometimes we do. We do for the verdict room, but not all the time. It's just gonna be Mike, and I'll be joining him over there. That's all.
Cool. All right. Sounds good.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys there. Again, thank you for joining us. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. For those I might not see tonight, I will see you soon.
Have a great
don't
weekend.
forget to love yourselves and love each other. Please don't change a thing. You guys are absolutely perfect the way you are, being the beautiful people. And thank you again to anybody that may have donated to support us, super chats in any way, shape, or form. You guys rock. Nothing but love to you all. And for those moderators that are available, I'm going to jump into the meeting room here after. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great one, folks. Much love. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden corners left to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true, a perfect picture of what they chose to do. The quiet street erupts in flashing light, a reckoning delayed in the night. SWAT serves the warrant, loud and clear, the sound of justice, the only thing we hear at the TruCrime Cafe. We watch the suspect finally pay. The dark truth is backed and signed and sealed. The wound is closed, the name is finally healed. It's finally healed. The cafe's empty, closed for the night. We put the darkness back into the light. We'll wipe the counter, set the empty chair, and wait right here for the next secret laid bare. Until the next one.